Type shit. Type
Okay, so
shizzle.
both of these motherfuckers reference Yu-Gi-Oh in some way, shape, or form. Sometime after I posted it, like sent this to these guys. Okay.
Also didn't reference anything. He was actually playing a Yu-Gi-Oh match. That's not a reference.
No, because he literally told me before you like entered the call officially that the background looks like the Shadow Realm, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
cool.
But it does.
I do know what that is. Yes.
Just remember, bro, I haven't played one time. The dude been playing for 5 minutes. I think he's fucking cheating.
He's a Yu-Gi-Oh player. The fuck are you talking about? Are you not playing Yu-Gi-Oh correctly?
It's still turn one. I haven't went yet. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what exactly. It's because he's a good Yu-Gi-Oh player. He's not trying to get you a turn. He's trying to win.
He only has one monster on the field.
The fuck are you talking about? Bro wants to play Yu-Gi-Oh in a Yu-Gi-Oh match is crazy, bro. That wouldn't be me. You couldn't catch me dead doing that.
Well, I guess that's the intro.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
Witch,
audience,
you got to
hey,
go. No,
how's it
Witch
going?
got to go first this time. Go ahead, Witch. You got to introduce yourself first. We talked about it last week.
Oh yeah. Okay. You want to start now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, welcome to the Comic Phanatic Live. You're here with me, the actual main host, and apparently the ruler of the Shadow Realm now. Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he is normal, and I'm super tired, so let's hope I don't fall asleep. Anyways, whoever's next.
And you're with me, Jake Tylenol, the actual host for this week, because
No, I'm
I'm
the
the only one
actual
who can do
host.
I'm the only one who can do the technological part with Cryptic gone. So it is what it is.
No. To be fair, would you say that Freddie's the host of Like Harley? I wouldn't do that.
That's fair, but I gotta be in charge
Anyway,
of everything.
Ace Comics, Bricky Walls.
Bitch just cut me off.
That's how we do things now. I am the last host, not the host this week. I'm just a co-star of a lesser degree. To be fair,
You're just here.
And
exactly.
together in spirit, we form the Fanatics and we talk about the news and reviews of the week. And on our special Mondays, we talk about the news that includes media news and comic news. Join us tomorrow for our special comic reviews on our Comic Reviews Tuesdays. Unless if we're talking about Wonder Woman and then a freak accident will happen and we'll just do it some other day. But that tends to be what happens. Anyway, we got some interesting topics for you guys tonight. We're going to be going back to the world of Pokemon, where you got to catch them all.
Pokemon!
Yeah, we'll be seeing if our podcast really is Invincible as we talk about Invincible season 4. We'll be having some Mortal Kombat news and a surprise return from everyone's favorite Marvel editor, Joe Quesada. We also have a lot.
Yay!
You also have a lot more, as you can see in the title as well. But yeah, we also have social medias as well. For those who don't know, we got this little bad blur. Which what does that say? What's that say down there?
Oh, it's just telling you what the pod Twitter is, which is the Comic Fanatic 69. You should totally follow if you want to see some cool shit on there sometimes and updates. You can also
Is there anything?
scribble for us. So don't send into the shower. Milk this as much.
Is there anything we're missing? Maybe there's other socials that we can refer them to. Yeah.
Want me to tell you?
Oh well, I mean you can, but you're breaking up.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Because now it's time for me to talk about my shit. So you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U, because that's pretty cool, not gonna lie. See all the weird shit that I like. You can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch at witch_of_Jotunheim. You can also follow me on Tumblr and Blue Sky at Northstar Aria, and Redno/Xiaohongshu at Witch of Jotun with a U this time. And Austin is just chilling. He's still recovering from the Invincible bullshit that he had to go through. And Jake, where have you been in the universe?
Right now I've been dealing with some type shizzle, and I'm headed on my way back to Devil May Cry, see what Virgil's up to, and if I got time, see what them Bionicle doing over at Montanui. So
Cool.
or Voyanui, I should say.
And Crypt is still dead. Just letting you know, he's dead.
Yes. But with that out the way, I think it's time to get into some topics. You know what, guys? I've always been a fan of Pokemon. Not really, but I've been a on and off fan of Pokemon. I think we start the night off talking about some Pokemon time skips. That's right, everybody. For the first time in the anime, Pokemon the anime will do a time skip. That means canonically, somewhere in the world, Ash Ketchum has aged up. We'll never see it, but he has off screen. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Pokemon Horizons is an anime starring Liko, Roy, and Dot, as they are the next generation of protagonists after Ash. Instead of being a story about them catching the ball and trying to be the very best, this is really a story about these kids going on a life changing adventure filled with dangerous villains and hunting down legendary-ish Pokemon on their, and also with their overall goal being to hunt down a shiny Rayquaza, or at least that's where I left off. I don't know if that changed. I finished season 1. I reviewed it on the channel. Really enjoyed it. And apparently at some point, season after the series got to its conclusion with the Lapagos, I think that's the Pokemon's name, the Lapagos arc. And or
Isn't
the
that a
Terra-
Pokemon from like a while ago? Yeah, that's kind of
yeah, it
old.
was like Terrafic. Listen, I'm not good with Pokemon names. It was a turtle thing with like some crystals on its body.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
old.
what I know what the
I don't
Pokemon
know.
is. I just don't remember the name of the Pokemon.
Yeah,
He
so I
made
wanted
it
to,
right. It's like
so I wanted to show you guys the original designs. This is what they look like at the start of the adventure. Look at them, young,
wait,
inexperienced.
which one's
And
that?
Dot is the
Scrunchies.
purple hair one.
Bro, why are hair look like a Shroomish? You remember what Shroomish looks like?
Yeah, Dot on show. Yeah. I like how. Oh, I guess it's the search for Laqua. So this is the season 2 arc. So I guess that's when her Sprigatito evolved. I didn't get to finish season 2. But look at Captain Pikachu down there, my boy, the cat.
There's no way that cat thing right here turned into that bullshit I saw you showed me.
Well, that's how Pokemon works. They're Digimon.
The
Man.
whole color sheet. Nah, right. The customs look fine here. And the
Mhm.
thing I saw, that nigga was white.
And I guess we have a new protagonist. It looks like we got a green hair. What do we need 4 fucking protagonists for? But I guess that wasn't.
I know
something
like other Pokemon shows have done that before, but
yeah, but usually they're like a sister or like a brother or something. You know what I mean? They're like tangentially related.
or like they've
Yeah.
been here.
I think this has gotten me. Listen, like I just stopped watching it because I just need a break from it. But like I think this get me to the point where like I kind of want to continue it. I think what I really liked about
the most interesting thing you could ever do in this franchise.
yeah, no, it definitely
That's
is.
easily the most game changing thing you could ever talk about.
Our characters can age now. This is the new DLC.
You mean he turned 12? No, I mean he turned like 15. What?
What? So, yeah, I think what I really liked about this show, and like I said, I think the first episode is like it's not great, but once it gets started, it really kicks off. I like seeing the character development of these trainers. Season 1 was very much like their ass. I think in the season 1, Liko her Sprigatito only knows one move, and like them learning a new move for each of their Pokemon was a big deal. I remember the episode where like Captain Pikachu just aura farms on a Sprigatito and Fuecoco. And that whole fight was about them learning not to just throw moves at their enemies, but how to throw their moves at enemies, like the different strategies you can. And it kind of became like I remember Leafage was Sprigatito's only move. I remember that move became like kind of like a Shadow Clone Jutsu moment for Liko, where she was like, what creative way can I use this one move to either get out of a situation, misdirect my opponent, maybe catch them by surprise? It was really cool. So I really like that. Same with Play Coco as well. I actually did. I don't like Roy. I think Roy is just like kind of a bootleg Ash. Like, it's just like, well, we have a girl protagonist and no one's really used to that. So in case people want a boy, here he is over there. Like, that's kind of what Roy felt like to me. Roy's all right. He's the only trainer I've ever said where I like his Pokemon more than I like him. I think it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So, apparently they got a Lucario. I didn't even realize a shiny Lucario. I didn't realize that was a thing they caught. But yeah, and Dot I think was my favorite because they did a thing with Dot I liked, because usually with introverted characters, the main character just overbearingly, I want to be your friend, until like the introvert just gives up and just like, you know what, fine, I'll be your friend. I like Dot because like that arc was more like Liko tried that, it didn't work, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna like, I'll pop in here and there, but I'm not gonna force you into it. When you're ready to come out and talk to me, that's cool. But if you don't, like, it's whatever. I'm still gonna be nice to you. And that let Dot open up on her own terms. I thought it was such a healthy way of doing like
Yeah.
introvert
If you
cat.
want a bad way to do it, go watch Camp Quotation because they
Yes.
saw that girl wear that friend down. She also almost got them all killed, and they forgave her anyway.
Yeah. So they also had like a funny plot too, where I actually did like this, but I understand people thought it dragged on for too long. And I kind of get it. Dot is a secret YouTuber, like in the universe of Pokemon, she's like a YouTuber. And so yeah, so she has a costume and that she wears. And Liko loves her YouTube channel, but she has no idea Dot is the YouTuber. So like even when she like Dot starts hanging out with her, like Liko's like, I think they do a couple times where like it should have been obvious to Liko that this is the person she's been talking to, but I guess she just can't process it. I didn't like that plot. Another thing Pokemon Horizons has that like the original Pokemon just didn't for me. I know like when they brought in the game villains, it was better, but the villains in Horizons are actually pretty cool. I like how they elevate. I think my only problem, the thing that got me out of Pokemon as a kid mainly, and I know people love them. I'm not a Team Rocket fan.
What?
Shocking. I, I, I don't. I'm not a Team
They're,
Rocket
to be
fan.
fair, after season one, they're not really. They're just comic relief. They're not really the threat villains. If they didn't show up every episode, I think people will be okay. I think it'll be okay.
Mhm.
But they showed up
That was
every
one.
episode.
But they're
It was like it
great.
didn't matter. It didn't matter if it was relevant to the plot. It's like at some point, like there would be a really cool Pokemon plot, and then randomly prepare for trouble. I'm like, get out, bro! Like I'm not trying to hear all that,
I
bro.
love Team Rocket. I love how goofy they are. Okay.
I
Don't
love
tempt
them
me
if
with
they.
that.
I love
I
them if
love
they weren't
when the
there all the time.
episode is about them because Jesse and James get a lot of actual good development. But the moment it's episode's not about them, it gets thrown out the window.
Yeah. Like I like there was this season. I think it was like when May was introduced, where Jessie was trying to be a coordinator herself, like so she had something to do outside of catching Pikachu. Um, I like stuff like that. I just don't like it when they're just the gimmick. Like it's just because it's a Pokemon episode, they have to be here. But these villains were different, and I haven't seen the series in a while, so forgive me. I don't quite remember the villains' names, but I did like how like they start off like menacing to Liko and Roy. Eventually, Liko can fight them on her own. But by that point, when they're on that team's level, another higher grade of that team shows up. Like so, it's a big faction, and every time they get close to one,
Are you
another
talking
tier
about Team
shows up.
Star?
That might be their name. I don't remember.
Bro,
But
they're gonna have such a
yeah.
lame name.
Right. No, yes, but oh no, they were no, I don't think they're explorers. I think Liko's team is the explorers, right? Yeah, they're the explorers. They had some name, it's pretty generic. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was something I was like, could be better. But I did like how they introduced them in tiers. So it would be like so for people who watch the original series, it'd be like if Team Rocket showed up. And once Ash maybe struggled with them a bit, but now he just kind of breezing through them. And so then they bring in Cassidy and Butch. And like Cassidy and Butch are like a little bit better. And then after they're done with that, Giovanni shows up. So it felt like you could measure the progress of the teams, of the kids. And I thought that was a really cool addition. It made the stakes a lot more interesting. Except for a couple episodes, I did like that. I felt like the kids were in danger if like the adults weren't around to help them. Another thing, and I glaze him. I glaze him because he deserves it, bro. I said it before. Captain Pikachu, he's something else, bro. Listen. I'm not sure about Ash's Pikachu.
Wait,
He
look at
hit and
him
miss,
posted up on the poster. Look at him. Look how he's looking at you. Like
bro.
he
Look
knows
at
he's better.
he's aura farming, bro. Here's the thing about Captain Pikachu. He's the only Pikachu I know that knows how to fly. That was his thing. I was like, and what happened was basically in the show, they revealed like he just liked the way the sun looked when it rose in the morning, and he wanted a better look. So he learned how to make a tornado. Like he did like a tornado move, and then he rode on the wind of the tornado, and then using his tail basically to fly and maneuver himself. And then he learned how to like fly for like a brief distance. It was a really cool fucking episode. And I think he was teamed up with damn it, I'm so bad at names today. His partner basically was like was a Pokemon professor, and he wanted to he was kind of bored with the profession, but it wasn't until Captain Pikachu showed him like there was more to Pokemon than just like what you research on paper. He was like, yeah, I want to get out there and I want to actually get to know Pokemon, and that's how he started like this whole like adventuring crew that Liko eventually joins on. And that whole crew is great. I actually like getting to know them each episode. I think one of them is like a Nurse Joy that didn't want to be a Nurse Joy anymore and stuff like that.
That's
But yeah, I
always
think
interesting.
Pokemon.
They've done that plot a few times.
Yeah, I think so Pokemon Horizons to me felt like it was like a Pokemon movie, but in a TV show format. And I think those are kind of my favorite Pokemon stories anyway. So I was always interested to see how the story evolved over time. And maybe it's not the greatest anime of all time, but for me, it was like the best Pokemon has ever been since like season 1. So like I kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, we don't have like the edginess of the original season. Like we don't have like characters saying out of pocket comments like what Ash used to say to like Misty half the time. But for what it because he's crazy. but yeah, but as far as what this series is a new generation, a new way to tell a Pokemon story without repeating things from the past. Yeah, a fight for survival. Nothing can stop them. Diamond and Pearl. But I do like Pokemon Horizons. I highly recommend it, and I'm actually really interested in the time skip. If I have the time, I'll sit down and finish reviewing season 2, and I guess maybe that's where that ends, and then I could catch up with the time skip. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, what do you guys think about the new designs for the characters?
Yeah, which as an artist, what do you take about these new designs? Show the old one and flash the new one again.
Yeah. Let me give me 1 second. Mouse being funny. There we go. So this is like
I
when they
think
first started.
These are 10-year-olds.
I'm gonna say like 13. Maybe age of like 2-3 years. Which? Any thoughts? Oh, I guess Switch isn't there. All right. Well, Austin, what do you think about the design?
I think Liko, if I'm getting the names right, could have done a little bit more. Like the Roy looks like he's the one who grew up the most. He does still have the Ash syndrome, which is a problem.
Right.
He does like Ash with the new hair, bro. But I'm gonna let slide.
I actually do like how they take after their mentors. Roy is wearing the outfit. Freed, that's his name. That's Captain Pikachu's partner. Roy is wearing a similar outfit to Freed, which was the original. Hopefully, he didn't die. Jesus Christ, was the original leader of the Explorers, basically. And Liko comes from a long lineage of explorers, and she's just like began her own adventure. So she's wearing stuff like her grandma would wear, basically, or her mom wore, like in their time.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I did like that.
Where you get that from? I'm wearing my grandma's fit. All right.
Yeah. But I do like it's more adventurous because Liko's arc was basically how she's not really like in the field. She's just like getting in the trenches, but she learns like that's kind of fun. And I do like to separate it from Ash. Her thing is like I want to like understand Pokemon and help them with their problems, which is why we should bring back the Pokemon Rangers. But I digress. Yeah, Dot. I mean, I remember Dot's new design is based off her favorite YouTuber because she's best friends with the YouTuber, and so that's where her.
No. That's ass. That's terrible. No.
Well, listen, she idolizes that. Well, she idolizes that's her friend. Okay. So that's why she has longer sleeves on hers because that's what the other girl wore, basically. So
I do not care, bro. You're a YouTuber yourself. Or where's your motivation? Where's your drive?
She needs a Virgil
by your rival. That's your rival now.
You gotta fight for survival. I don't know. I just love that song. But yeah, that's basically where that came from. So I do like how they take after their mentors in life, and that hopefully that plays into the future. They can make that.
Who's this midget guy again?
The green hair?
Yes.
I have no fucking idea.
Why is Pokemon stealing? You know he stole that jewel. It's a Sableye.
Isn't that part of his design? No, I remember this dude have that's
no. Sableye does not have giant jewels with them. Oh, this is some new Aloha version or something. A regular Sableye does not have a giant jewel. I promise you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sableye's been around since the 151. I know that for a fact.
Okay. Listen, I haven't.
Yeah.
I thought Sableye came out in Gen 2, Gen 3.
Well, Gen 2, but I mean, it's early Pokemon, and it didn't come with a giant jewel. That he stole that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think of
3? Sableye came out in Generation 3, and its Mega Evolution has the giant gem.
Oh, that's a Mega Evolution. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I completely skipped that game. I have no idea about what Mega Forms look like.
Normally, their red gem is on their tummy area, and they usually have like diamond eyes.
Yeah. All right, that's kind of cool.
I
know your game to say blind. I apologize.
I wasn't familiar with the game. I'm sorry.
I did play X and Y.
Which, what do you think of these designs? The old to the new.
I mean, I'm assuming not a lot of time has passed, so I'm not expecting that much of a drastic change, but I like it.
Yeah. They're way more adventuristic. So I think they're out of their their sheltered phase. I heard Liko became a really good battler in season 2. Like she beat a gym leader apparently. I was like, holy shit,
Proud.
that's really good.
Not be fair. That shouldn't be that hard, bro.
Well, what?
Especially
Listen,
early level gyms.
Yeah.
man,
Bro,
y'all didn't
Ash did that the first 2 episodes, okay?
y'all didn't see her in the trenches, bro. Like she and Roy were ass, bro. It was kind of bad to watch, bro. Like Captain Pikachu was just doing like styling on them, bro. He basically didn't even tackle.
Oh, okay, look, okay, a good one for her, then, okay? But
Yeah.
you can't use your benchmark as, I think she finally beat a gym leader and like tell me the character's good, all right?
So yeah, I'm really excited. The more I look at this, the more I'm like, yeah, I watch the Pokemon Horizons one of my spare time. I like watching the English dub. Nothing against the Japanese dub. I pick and choose depending on what I'm watching. But if the English dub is finished season 2, I'll watch it. So
Hopefully this means Digimon would step up their game. To be fair, they did show a game trailer for a new game. We need new Digimon anime, not following the original kids anymore. We need something new. All right, it's time.
you know what? You know what I need? I also need I need a Pokemon game based off Horizons because we have Pokemon Yellow for Ash. I think they need one like that too.
Yeah, but that game was ass.
Yeah, but I like this setup. I would like a Pokemon game where we're just exploring the world looking for shit. Not
No,
doing
that's
gym
fair.
leaders.
I'm just saying, don't ever say like yellow. Trust me.
Hey,
Yeah, well, okay.
hey, Jake, I have the perfect game for you. It's called Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Oh, that's what the game was based off of? Oh, I know they. So that was basically the Liko and Roy game? I don't know.
Kind of.
I think the game was
No,
ass.
no. But it's more exploration. You still do like the gym battles, I think, but it's a lot about exploration. But it's not
Oh,
directly this.
okay.
But at least not what I saw.
Okay.
It's
I heard it was ass.
It's also glitchy as hell.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
heard. I thought it was really ass.
They give you a legendary Pokemon out the gate and you just drive around on it. That's
Ooh.
insane to me.
No, that's crazy. But yeah,
They're experimental.
good things from Pokemon in the Age Without Ash. The only downside is it was how Pokemon started, so a lot of people probably aren't watching it. I heard Japan really loves this show, so But,
Also, where the fuck that thing is by Captain Pikachu? I know it's one of the starters. That's a terrible.
Wait.
That looks like a clown.
Fuecoco?
That's an evolution. It looks like a clown.
I'm not mad at it. At least it looks like Fuecoco's original form. Just a little different.
Why is he also standing up now? He gonna be eye to eye. I'm telling you, bro. They're doing
He
it
was
again.
no. Oh, wait, Fuecoco always stood up. Okay, he even did a little dance. Like I actually
Go
like
back to
that.
the other picture. Go back to the other picture.
Yeah, he's standing right there.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll let fly.
man, I know. Fuecoco's a W Pokemon, bro. I like there's in the show, Roy has a thing where like when Fuecoco needs to be like ramped up and get like his hype mode, they do like a hype song for him. They do a hype cheer for Fuecoco. And he just like starts like roaring and shit. I really
Sometimes
What's
you
up,
just
Liz?
need the little boost in life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
bro. Look, it's like it chazz it up, bro.
Jazz it up, Fuecoco. But yeah, I'll be watching Pokemon Horizons, maybe review it on the channel next week. We'll see. Anyway, moving on.
This
Looney
pisses
Tunes.
me the fuck off. Anyways, not for the
Yeah,
reason
so-
y'all think,
Oh.
but Warner Bros is killing Looney Tunes because they're bitches.
Why would they do this after announcing a Looney Tunes movie, though?
No, it already came out. The movie already came out.
Oh,
They refused
bad.
to like acknowledge that it existed until right when it came out. And so then they're wondering, and then people wondering, I wonder why Looney Tunes isn't doing well, huh? I wonder why, because it's fucking Warner Bros.
yeah. I didn't even realize it came out. We saw the trailers.
I'm gonna put it because anytime
Because
it comes to
Warner
streaming
Bros.
services,
also took off all of their Looney Tunes stuff off of HBO Max too.
All of
They
it. did.
don't give a fuck about animation. Like I saw Sesame Street over here. I know it's not a cartoon, but it's kids media still. Like
Yeah.
having to ask for donations just to be able to stay up afloat, and I'm just like, these companies do not give a shit about kids media anymore. They're willing to put out God knows what kind of trash just to make a quick buck. Warner Brothers doesn't give a shit. They freaking canceled the Wile E. Coyote movie for no good reason because they're greedy.
I think the answer at the end of the day is like it doesn't get a lot of views. I'm willing to bet because anytime we have a topic about streaming services and I look into it, the answer usually is not a lot of people are watching it to begin with.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
The movie that just came out, the 2D Looney Tunes movie that just came out, that got no marketing, and that was
fine. That's fine.
Its
but like
first trailer came out like a week before it came out. It wasn't that long ago.
Think of it like a studio.
Warner
That's how you
Bros.
get
Is
your
actively killing
their
animation.
No,
they're
that's
actively
fine
killing
but
it, Jake.
I'm saying
I don't care what the fucking streaming says. They're actively killing their shit so that they don't have to put it on streaming.
Fine. What I'm saying is usually whenever we have these topics and I look into it, it's usually because not a lot of people were interested in it anyway. Like I can't think of anyone who even if you're talking. No, I'm not talking about just the movie. I'm talking about just like. No, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but
I would too. I would love to see.
No. I mean, like I was actively watching the Looney Tunes show over on Max.
That's fine. I'm saying like how many people in this generation even talk about Looney Tunes? Like that's what I'm saying. Like of course they're not gonna put money into marketing it if they didn't think it was gonna work. Now is that right? Probably not. But I think the reason they got rid of it is because
Jake. No. The point is what I mean is they're not putting money into it. It's just on the streaming service. Like that's not charging them money. My understanding.
Well, because it's something they could replace with something else. From my understanding, like I said, I haven't had to look into it. I haven't had time to look into it, but I'm just saying the pattern of anytime we have these conversations about streaming debates is I look into it and you find out it's usually a money problem. Because if it didn't make money at all,
because
I mean, if it wasn't
a money, realizing because I actually see a lot of these articles about like say Warner Bros. Online, and it's usually because they're greedy. They want more money, and they're willing to do whatever it takes. Like, keep in mind, they took off almost all of their Cartoon Network shows off of Max for no reason. People still watched all those shows. Motherfucker, I was gonna watch Over the Garden Wall because, like I do every year, and I couldn't do that because it wasn't on Max anymore.
But you're arguing my point. You're saying it's greedy because the reason that it's greedy is because not enough people are watching it or supporting it, and they would rather just not use the money. I don't know how the ins and outs of streaming, but if you're even saying greed, you're already admitting that it's not doing enough to be there. That's basically what it's like. If it's not costing the money to have it, here's what I'll do.
Are you not realizing that?
Wait. It's not all Looney Tunes series. It's just the original Looney Tunes shorts from 1930 to 1969.
Okay, which I'm willing to bet no one's watching. I'm willing to bet like no, not a lot of people are. I mean, I'm just saying like if we can talk about greed another day, but just put it inside the perspective that like if it was doing something, they wouldn't have gotten rid of it. That's my point.
Their reason is they're saying the streaming service will prioritize adult and family programming rather than kid content. So this does support some of the stuff that what you're saying, but it also might be because it's like you said, it's not making none of the kid stuff is making the projected money they want. But then that comes down to how much do they want and how much that is actually reasonable.
What do you think is a fair argument?
And then they're not, and then you're taking off fucking Sesame Street, which is so fucking bullshit.
But how many people watch Sesame Street? That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people watch Sesame Street, especially kids.
Today?
Yes.
I've not heard a single person talk about Sesame Street today. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm sure enough people watch it. I'm sure a lot of people watch it. They still have a show, but enough people to watch it for them to put money into it. I don't know if that's true because there's streaming services now. So kids don't even watch. A lot of kids, like if you talk to the average kid, their interests are all over the fucking place. You'll find a kid who's like watching JJ.
Their parents would rather have YouTube raise them than actually raise their fucking kids with actual quality.
That's fine, but when you're talking about when they have all these,
because like here's the thing. I'm not saying all of them because there are some people that actually do give a shit about their kids and want to raise them well. However, not a lot of these parents want to actually raise their fucking kids.
That's fine, but when
so they would rather just put on slop that they know is gonna sell for no fucking reason because they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about the future of the kids nowadays. So they would rather take off all this shit so it would become lost media. So we would have to pirate it.
That's fine, and I'm reading the article too.
Jake. It's not fine.
Who's watching it? That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying, like
art is being lost because of these companies. Like art that has been out for decades, almost centuries, are being lost because of these greedy ass companies. It doesn't matter who's watching it and who's not watching it. It's about corporate greed.
Streaming services are not profitable,
and them not actually giving a shit about art and about the future generations. They do not care. They would rather just make bullshit out there just so that they can make a quick buck. They don't actually give a shit. They never
streaming services are not inherently profitable. We hear that all the time. So for them, it's like a lot. Like even Disney, Disney. Wait. Give me a minute. Disney, for instance, has a whole ass streaming service, and they have complained constantly. It is not making revenue. They have all the Disney content they can want. It's still not making money. So the scheme has to change. And if things aren't being viewed, that could be geared towards something else. And by the way, yeah, like Austin pointed out earlier, I'm actually reading the article. They didn't get rid of all of Looney Tunes. They just got rid of the shorts. So like, even then, so it's not.
But you're not
really
hearing what I'm saying about lost art. This is not just about who's watching it. There were whole freaking like picketing and like riots, and not riots, but protests, just so that these people, the people who made these shows, can be freaking paid proper wages, especially on streaming and everything like this. They're also still fighting for AI to not be used in their work.
Okay, but now you're getting into something
these
completely different.
Do not care about artists. They do not care.
That's
and
fine.
I don't care what you have to say about profits. They don't care about that. They
okay, then fine. Then in that case, if you don't care,
arts, they don't care about the artists making this shit. And I rest my case.
Okay, if you don't care, that's fine. That's fine. Then I'm gonna. If you don't care, that's fine. Then I'm saying my piece, and you don't have to answer. My point is, usually at the end of the day, they're looking to see what makes a streaming platform better, because the alternative is the streaming platform doesn't sell, and they have to shut down everything anyway. Streaming services inherently don't make profit. So they have to look at it in what makes them the most money. If some things got to go, and it might be things I like too, they might have to go. And that's terrible. That's awful. Maybe we should make a site where it's like, that's where that media goes just to be there. But like, it is what it is. And again, I'm willing to bet.
Cartoon Network used to have that, and they shut down their .com.
Who used to have it?
Cartoon Network. You like anything that wasn't on Max, you could watch on CartoonNetwork.com, and then they shut down Cartoon Network, the channel, the website, everything.
Which I'm willing to bet, because it takes money to maintain that website, and not a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out now. How much money does it take to keep someone up?
Yeah, like I remember like it was like a couple years ago. Every streaming service was complaining that like, yeah, we made this whole big streaming service, but like it's not profiting. Like it's not making. We are in the negatives. So like, yeah, I mean, like it sucks, but like they have to do like it's like at some point you gotta figure out how to make it make money, or all of them gotta go.
I'm just saying, it sounds like these companies do not give a shit. They don't give a shit about the art or the artist. They don't want to pay them. That's part of the reason why they're taking off all this stuff. They do not want to pay.
And
can we please move on?
I'm going to argue it's not up to them to care. It's up to
into an all-out brawl with you, and I don't want to.
That's fine. You can try. But the point I'm saying is like, I would argue
you made your point already. You made your point.
The viewers have to support the stuff, and if they're not supporting it enough, something has to go.
When these companies aren't helping to promote these,
sometimes nothing to do with
doesn't work.
That has nothing to do with the
no. The Looney Tunes specifically, it does. Jake. The movie didn't do well. Okay, it wasn't like the art marketing was terrible, and based on how the movie did, is why they were taking it off.
Yeah. Oh, that's taken off because of the movie.
The movie's poor money making is why they're doing this.
Okay. I would argue that goes back to the market, because they only put them as much money as they think it was going to make. Now, to be fair, is that fair to them? No. I think that's where you get into the artist debate. Is it fair to say, because Looney Tunes doesn't do well on our streaming service, we're not really going to put the money into to promote it? No, because it's a new.
They promoted the shit out of Space Jam 2, and that has Looney Tune characters in it.
Yeah. It's weird based on how it's weird that following Space Jam, that the first thing they did was cancel the next Looney Tune project, which was the Coyote movie. And then with this movie, they waited till a week and a half before it was released to put out the first trailer for it. and then are
Was it?
surprised that people aren't watching it because people. I didn't know it was out. I was actually looking forward to this movie.
Mm. Is
Because the movie
wasn't Space
actually
Jam?
looks good. I actually do want to see it.
Space Jams
Like
2
I know I'm
was
limited on funds right now, but I will go see this movie.
Space Jams 2 was badly received. Did it make a lot of money?
It made a lot of money, yes.
Okay. Like
I
I said,
can
I
check
don't
in
know.
while we're talking, but
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Like at some point, it comes down to like what's making the money. If they didn't think it was going to make money, they're not putting money into it. Is that fair? Again, I don't think that's fair for movies, but I think that's fair in the terms of the streaming conversation. That's all I'm saying.
But
And
at
if
the
you want
same
these things,
time, they would rather make slop like how Disney is with their live action.
oh no, it did not.
remakes.
It did not make as much money as they thought it was.
well, this is again what I was saying. Every time we have this conversation,
Still.
it goes back to what's making money.
Anyways,
So-
guys,
Jam.
in conclusion, to everyone's point, go see the new Looney Tunes movie, or else I will personally come find you and attack
Yeah.
you. Support the artists.
To
Support
be
them.
fair, yeah, this could make a whole
Support the
turnaround for the
artists.
movie. Yeah, this could make a whole turnaround for the movie. Now that they've made this announcement, to be fair.
You know
So
what?
if
Fuck it,
you
I'll
really
go
like
see
Looney
this
Tunes,
movie
you want to support
tomorrow.
Looney Tunes, go watch the movie.
That's what I've been saying
Okay,
to
I'll
people
go
all
see
week.
this
By the way,
movie tomorrow.
people keep complaining like, "Oh, this movie. I didn't know this movie was out." Okay, well, we're gonna watch it. That's what I'm asking. Like, because
I'm gonna go see it at my sister's job probably in 2 days.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
Like,
gonna,
I mean, like,
you know what?
go.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go see this movie this week just to go
Yeah, go
support the
ahead.
arts because because apparently these companies want this movie to fail.
Yeah, go ahead. That's all I'm saying. But yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. Invincible season 4 continues with Damien Darkblood, an original plot that was not in the comics.
No, I'll say the actual title.
What? Oh, the title I put in the chat.
Yeah, say the actual thing.
Oh, yeah. Invincible 4 will make up some bullshit. That's what I wrote in the title. So.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a Damien Darkblood DLC because he was not, I guess he wasn't in the comics a lot. So but yeah, no, he wasn't in the comic.
He was in the comics, but he had his whole
His
Damien
name sounds
Darkblood.
like a character from a game that I really like.
He's a demon detective.
Yeah.
His name sounds like Damien Bloodmarch from Dream Daddy.
We don't know what that is. What is that?
It's a dad dating simulator made by the Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Never heard of
basically.
it? Look it up.
No, I don't do know that game. I did see that game. They played it on their channel. I think before.
It's a great game. 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah, I think so. For this, we're getting like a new plot line. I think we were warned this way back in season 1. After season 1 ended, the writer was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do something." At some point, it's just gonna deviate from the comics. So, this is something he wanted to do. He claimed the reason he says is because, I never did a story. They never did a story about like the superheroes finding something in hell, and I wanted to do that. So,
I think it's fine as long as you're not actually taking away from the comic to do stuff. You can add whatever you want, but once you start taking out large chunks of content to make new content, I think that's a little bit too much.
Right.
Not that they have done that, but just like, for example, say like I want to see a plot without it spoiling it though. Imagine like a whole good like character arc got taken out for some new plot that has nothing to do with the character. I don't think some people should benefit while other people are losing just for a new plot content. That makes sense.
I was gonna say, if you're willing to do this, you should have had Immortal Fight Conquest in the last
Yeah.
fight. You should have done that if you were so willing to change that. But yeah, we'll see. I thought so apparently he's gonna be going up against Invincible. I thought he was gonna get Nolan. I thought that was the guy he was after.
He was, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna start with him going after Nolan, then Invincible. Well, no, remember we're going into the dark suit art for Invincible, so he's gonna be more brutal and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's probably like, "Yo, I'm gonna stop you before you get to the point where your dad was anyway."
Right.
I don't know.
But yeah, there it is. Invincible season 4 coming up. I'm interested in this season. I'm not gonna lie to you, none of the Earth stuff is really interesting to me. So like, I'm kind of, it's just for Cecil. So I'm kind of glad we're getting something of interest on Earth. Hopefully, it's written better. So, just kind of waiting for them Viltrumites. But with that said, let's see if anything else.
Them Viltrumites.
Yeah, them Viltrumite boys. Give me a second, my thing broke. Anyway, moving on to the next topic.
Get these two out of my face. I swear, audience, when I first came into this call, This was before everyone else showed up. I saw these two guys, like the Russo brothers, and I was like, ew, get them out of my face. They pissed me off.
Right.
Why?
Reasons.
Okay. The Russo
Very
brothers says
specific
there's
ones.
the Russo brothers says there's so many cards on there's so many Avengers and Avengers what's it called? Avengers Doomsday that they need stat cards for them.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just
Yeah.
funny, but yeah.
I would care a bit more if they actually gave two shits about actually adapting these characters.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to the Russo brothers, they're really good at keeping. I mean, at least Infinity War. I mean, they're doubling the character sizes now. But Infinity War and Endgame are really good about keeping all the characters relevant, whether they were Avengers cast or not, but also making the story feel like an Avengers story about the original six. So I actually, I mean, I think people like. It's hard to say underrate. And I don't like to use that term, but in terms of their filmmaking ability when it comes to superheroes, they're kind of goated. I actually really do appreciate how they're able to make a big story all feel like really centered. So I'm really interested to see how they do Doomsday. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. But
they will.
yeah.
How much you want to bet? They will. I already know it.
I don't think they will based on their track record.
The track record's been pretty spotless so far.
Winter Soldier
I don't trust them. I don't trust them to adapt some of these characters. The MCU has been pissing me off a lot lately, and I've been its #1 defender for years, and it's been pissing me the fuck off. So you know it's been. I don't trust them. I do not trust them.
Wait.
They better blow me out of the fucking park.
I know they're not trusting the MCU, but what have these two directors specifically done for you not trust them?
You know, very specific comments that they made about a certain horrible casting choices.
That's fair.
I'm not going to get into it because if I do, I'm going to go into an even bigger rant. And I'm already still pissed off about Warner Bros. I don't want to be even more pissed off.
That's fair. I think I want to say I trust them to do all the characters correctly, but I will trust them to have the best time management of indirect.
I will give you that. I think that's why people liked Infinity War so much. It's because they were able to have all these characters and have them have the amount of screen time that they needed.
I argue they direct the characters better than the actual individual movies. I mean, like I bring this up all the time. Spider-Man, when the Russo brothers directed, is like at his peak. Like Tom Holland Spider-Man, Russo brothers, Tom Holland Spider-Man, fucking peak. I think I don't know
all the people who got done dirty by him. I want to say it's Guardians of the Galaxy to a degree, and it's not his fault specifically.
It was the first ever openly gay character in a Marvel movie. If you know, you know.
In Infinity War?
In Endgame.
You're right. Oh yeah,
Gay,
I remember that.
It was so bad. It was not good.
I think my only problem with their directing style in Infinity War was the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's hard to say is that their fault because it still felt consistent with how James Gunn was writing their characters one way or another.
Yeah, didn't James Gunn also like co-directed or something, or am I going crazy?
No, they all just came in and give them like tips.
He came in to give tips, but he himself was mad and saying he wouldn't have made Star-Lord cost the galaxy situation. But I was like, this is consistent with George Star-Lord, who just did that.
Right. Also, like, I don't know why people give Star-Lord so much flack. That was what Doctor Strange wanted him to do. Just like that always bothered me. That was his plan.
I think that's how the Russos intended you to take that. This is how it was supposed to go down regardless. If we want to win, he had to do this.
Right.
But I think that I think that's the worst aspect of the movie. The 114 million thing, because everyone in their mom can guess and just say like 20 ways they would have beat Thanos.
Yeah.
Based on how he performed in that movie.
That's true. It's the only way we can get a sequel. I wish they explained. Like, actually, no. If we beat Thanos here, something bad happens elsewhere. We need Thanos like for this part. So
I guess I kind of agree with. I trust them to do the first part of Secret Wars better than the second part. I think Doomsday will be fine. I think Secret Wars will be the problem part. I think Doctor Doom coming in, and because most of what we're getting just them trying to stop the incursions. I understand for the first movie. I think they can do that more convincingly than having like the Battle World stuff.
Yeah, I can't see these guys doing Battle World because of how much of Battle World is relevant that you need to adapt, it's a lot.
Well, we know they're gonna have to change it. Most of Battle World probably gonna be like, well, this is the Battle World where the X-Men came from, and that's the from that's
And I feel
this
like
Battle
I
World
don't know why, but
Deadpool's
that just
universe.
gives me like odd vibes. I just like the vibes are not there when it comes to
Yeah.
Battle World
So
X-Men,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
I agree. I think it's gonna be like I think it's gonna be a situation where it's gonna be like yeah, Battle World gonna be like particle core surrounded by other like hostile territories. I think it's gonna be something like that.
I don't know. It's just
I
like the
I
vibes are weird when it comes to that.
I
I don't
think
really jive with that idea.
I don't like it either, but we know they're coming afterwards, and we already set them up. We know Monica's with them, so we have to bring her back somehow. I think it's the only way they can do it convincingly.
I mean, I guess, but I still don't like the idea. I feel like it won't work and
That's
it's just
fine. I
gonna
don't
make
like it
more
either.
people angry.
I think they'll forgive it as long as the first movie's good. The first actual X-Men movie's good. I think that is the linchpin of if that faith is going to work.
I don't know. It's just like the
ever say
vibes
like
are
they.
not there. I just
I
can't.
mean, even Endgame being their weakest movie, it's still like, and I can't think of like one time like the Russo brothers did something, and I was like, like we watched Civil War the other day. It's still like a solid movie. Like, yeah, it has problems, but it's like the worst was
I
Endgame.
feel like Civil War more than comic. I don't care what no one says.
Yeah, no, definitely. But if Endgame is the worst thing you've done so far, that's not even that bad. That's like a B at
Cause
best.
it's more like just doubling the cast. So I doubt the time management is going to be as great as it was in Infinity War. I think it's going to be impossible for Doomsday. Yes, because that's still mostly our people plus Doom and his crew now. But once you get to Secret Wars, they're like, oh, we're introducing the X-Men.
Remember
And
when it was supposed to be Kang? Remember that?
we still got to get that scene. Doomsday has to open up with Doom or Doombot killing all the kings. Like that has to be the opening scene.
You
So
do need something relating to that. I'm not gonna lie to
you
you
can't
there.
leave them out for years and just be like, well, the actor redeemed himself, so we brought Kang back. We're gonna go back to it. Like you can't do that. Yet it's time
No,
for
it's
Kang to
like they
go.
already made up their mind. They're not just gonna,
Yeah,
just like go back now. I don't know. I don't
no,
like
I
they're
understand.
adding so many characters to this movie that I'm kind of concerned on how the quality is gonna be
Yeah,
because of it. And plus they're adding characters with actors that I don't approve. I don't think it's a good idea for these characters, but whatever, no one wants to listen to me. I still hate what they did with Wiccan. I'll never forgive. I know this is not their fault personally, but like I saw the
no.
concept art and it was an awful idea. It was an awful casting. Ugh.
To be fair, just going into a movie with people you don't like being in is already kind of hard. So I understand. Like I'm not gonna doubt you for that or fault you for that. Because I already knew. I'll tell you now. We had like another. If second Captain Marvel was still about like the Supreme Intelligence and all that other stuff, and Marvel, the female Marvel came back, I probably wouldn't have watched. I think that's
I would be so upset. You as a Marvel fan, I would be hurt on more ways than one because they fucked over Marvel and the entire bloodline for no goddamn reason. Like,
that's my
look,
biggest
I
fear
don't know what
about
kind
the
of
Hulkling
vendetta
situation.
Kevin Feige has against Marvel, but like it pisses me the fuck off.
You know what's funny? I did look more to that. It wasn't him. It's just the director and them wanted the female stuff, and he was just like, apparently he was helping work with the in-game situation. He was just like, sure, whatever, just go.
It was still like in turn though, regardless, they still fucked over the entire bloodline because they
Yeah,
decided to kill off one specific character way too early.
yeah,
And honestly, as a Genus Bell hater, I'm glad that Genus Bell isn't here. However, you basically rewrote an entire character for no reason. Phylaville, by the way. And so she's
yeah.
not even like her original 616 counterpart at any stage besides name-wise. And it's like, don't even get me started with Teddy. People on Twitter, we have been
Yeah.
joking that Dupe is actually Teddy's true form. We've been joking about that online because of the concept art that we saw. That's how pissed off and how desperate we are right now. Trust. We're pissed.
I don't even understand how you do Hulkling now. Cause you
You
still like
can't.
Yeah, even if you did, this dude's gonna be like 40 or something. He got to be old, like older compared to like Wiccan. You can't do that relationship.
You
That's
can't.
over. You ruined the one thing, like the main thing people would have want from introducing these characters.
And it's like, it wouldn't even be that difficult of a thing to adapt if they just would have done it right in the first place. But they fucking didn't. So now we can't have one of the most iconic pairings in all of Marvel. For what? For bullshit? I don't fucking know. It pisses me off. I'm still pissed.
But when it comes to the base topic, I think the cards and stuff is a good idea. But it also comes down to like how big are these cards, bro? Because there's a lot of stuff you kind of know. You can just know how like the characters leave off. And that was the problem with Jake. That was the problem with Doctor Strange, if you remember. Sam Raimi, even though me and you love that movie, Sam Raimi only watched the first few episodes. He didn't watch the ending.
He didn't watch WandaVision. He didn't finish
Yeah.
watching WandaVision, which is like, I feel like that was like the one thing that you had to watch.
Yeah.
It's like,
He
I
saw the
don't
first
like
3
MCU Wanda
episodes,
for my
and that
very
was it.
specific purposes, but like, I feel like if you were making a movie with this version of her in it, I feel like you would need to watch the specific show.
Yeah. So it's like the fact that you did that is insane, insane to me. But it shows how important you have to know this the start of their story and how they lead off to fully go forward. And then Jake, you didn't put this in the topic, but the other thing he said was that we are right now with what's his name? What's Iron Man's name? Robert Downey
Tony
Jr.
Stark
is writing his he's helped writing the Doom stuff. Why?
want to die.
We'll see.
I'm not against
Want
it,
to
but it's like,
die.
bro, do you usually write? Like, what do you know about this character?
That was the thing in Star Trek. Some of the movies are directed by actual actors on the show. That's common.
No, I get that, and I'm fine with that. But he's never done this before, so it's like, why is he getting? And you're a big linchpin movie. Why is he writing his character's story?
I don't know.
Because
That's
he
all
doesn't
I'm
want to fuck over Doctor Doom.
We don't know that. So
I do. You
so-
want to know how I know they're gonna fuck up Doctor Doom?
Mhm.
Want to know how I know? Because of their casting decision.
I'm fine with their casting because
I'm not fine with the casting decision. That was so fucking lazy.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm
one, they
fine
were
with it
whitewashing
because
Little
it's
Monument.
still
Two,
no,
this
no.
was the
Wait,
most laziest casting I've ever seen in my life. They could, like, if they wanted a white actor so much, they could have casted anyone else.
it's not about that. Way. What I'm saying is, with Doom being a variant from a different world, they can easily kill this dude off the end of this movie and introduce the real Doom as his killer, or like say there was just a Doom bot the whole time.
If it's a Doombot, I would feel a little bit better. However,
Yeah.
I still don't feel good about it. I don't believe that they're gonna do Doctor Doom well. And this is coming from someone who doesn't really like Doctor Doom all that much. I feel like with characters that I don't really care for all that much, I feel like I want them to be done more justice.
I love Doctor Doom, and that's why I have faith that this is a Doom bot. I think the whole ending reveal of this is going to be that this is not the real Doctor Doom. Because from what we know, this guy is still only hired for Doomsday. He has not been hired for Secret Wars.
I still don't believe it. Until I see it, I don't believe it. And you cannot convince me otherwise. I don't believe it.
I just can't, in good faith, get on Cryptid every week about John Walker and then just automatically assume that, like, without seeing a trailer or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. I'll wait. So, you know. But I don't know.
I just can't. I can't until I see this with my own two eyes. I cannot.
Well, there you
That's
go.
all I gotta say on that.
See, but Jake, that's above Cryptid because which at least is once you try to see it.
That's
I'm gonna try to. I didn't say I was gonna watch it, but I'll see a trailer and then we'll discuss this later.
That's the word.
Well, that's equal to Cryptid.
No, that is really Cryptid. So,
all right, let's go to the next thing.
So
let's
get
see.
These
is it my turn?
off the page. Thank you. Okay, the Thunderbolts comic, the new one. I don't know how I feel about it just yet.
I think it's fine. Well, I think when it comes to Thunderbolts teams, this is a better team than the last 5 we gotten.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know how I feel about it though. Just I don't know. Something about the
I
lineup just feels off. I mentioned it one time. I was like, where, like, kind of jokingly, but like, where is my girl not Snowbird, Songbird?
Songbird.
I was like, where's my girl at?
Her, Atlas, and Tech something. I can't remember the name right now. Those three are usually the ones I would like in every team. But
Yeah, it's like I feel like I just need a one consistent member, and before you're like, but Bucky Barnes, I'm like, yeah,
no, I
but
don't like Bucky being on his team. I'm tired of them trying to make him the leader of this team, bro. I get they want to do more with Bucky. He doesn't get a lot, and it's but this is not a squad.
this is not his
Black Widow.
crew.
Black Widow's been here before. She was Yanova in that run. Clea should not be here.
Yeah, I don't
Hulk
know why
being
Clea
here.
is here though. Like, you can make the case for everyone else here besides like
Yeah.
Clea, and I think that's Amadeus. I don't know.
I think this is Bruce. If you
I
go
don't
about
know.
Amadeus, he's going to be in this another event going on around the same time called Imperium. What
Oh,
Imperial?
I did
And
see
he's still
that.
Braun. Yeah, he
I'm
still
a
got his Braun form
I'm
going.
a little nervous about that one
I'm actually
because
excited for
anything
that
happens
one.
to my faves, I'm gonna be very sad.
I trust John Cable at least do something interesting with these characters. A lot of the characters he's using aren't doing anything, or they're in like the worst part of their life, like Black Panther.
I guess I don't
But
know. I'm just hoping for Imperium I get to see some loose ends like
yeah,
filled up, and
we,
hopefully
we
not the death of my favorite characters.
with Hulkling and stuff. I know what you're alluding to. We need a lot of the Empire stuff cleared up because y'all they just abandoned that.
Also, I would like to know what happened to all the mutants that are currently on the Shi'ar home planet. Thank you.
Yeah,
If
but
you know,
on this
if
team,
you've read Alpha Flight Volume 5, you would know. That's my Alpha Flight for the day.
okay.
What? Because it's true at the end of Volume 5.
No. I just didn't see it. I just didn't see you coming. I didn't see that being an Alpha Flight thing. I thought you were going to be that bullshit book with Sunspot. I thought it was like you were talking about that.
No. I was at the end of Volume 5, the Alpha Flight was able to get all the mutants that were on Krakoa North, basically on their way to the Shi'ar home planet, and they were able to get there safely. Most of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I say
shout out
most of them
Alpha Flight
because
then.
we did lose one in casualty sense.
But
don't worry about it. R.I.P. Laurent.
my biggest problem with this team, other than Bucky Lee, like I said, but I'm not gonna go on a rant about Bucky. Is I like Eddie Brock Carnage being here. Carnage also looking for a new host, so I can see this being part of that plot line. But Laura is already renamed. She should not be here.
She should not be here.
I understand Bucky wanted to lead some villains or sometime heroes people. Laura, especially in the Wolverine outfit, should not be here. If she still went back to X-23 and was like backtracking or something, sure. As she is, a higher character has been, she should not be here at all.
Mm-mm. Doesn't she have her own book though, or is she trying to get
exactly? Was also my problem. She has her own book right now.
Why does she need to be here? And also,
exactly.
I feel like we should, instead of a Thunderbolts team, I feel like we needed a new Defenders team if we have both Hulk and Namor here. And then you could have had Clea. You could have had Clea, and then you could have had Hulk, and you could have had Namor on the new Defenders. I feel like that would have been an interesting dynamic.
Namor is why I'm confused. Hulk being here, Hulk's been in a weird place the last few years. Sure, whatever. Namor would never listen to Bucky.
Mm-mm.
This is the most opinionated man in history.
He is the original bitch when it comes to comic book characters. Northstar and Quicksilver have nothing on this man.
There's no time where Namor's following that little kid he saw in the war 200 years ago into battle in current day.
He's like, you're just a kid in my eyes.
Also, even if you want to be like he's here for another reason, you could have. There's no blonde woman here for him to want to be on his team either. And it's not even like the Sue Storm thing.
Like,
his thing is blonde women in general.
Emma? Where's Emma Frost? Like,
Emma Frost being here could have been interesting.
I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, but Black Widow's here specifically because she's back dating Bucky again in the current Thunderbolts run. That before this one. Black Widow.
Oh, okay, Natasha.
And whatever Thunderbolt book I reviewed like a week ago or week before last, they are dating again.
Okay.
So her being here,
They have
whatever.
an on and off thing together, which I don't. I mean, I like it.
Uh, yeah. So I say I would have. You could have kept this team. I probably would have switched Clea, Wolverine, and Namor for Songbird. Probably no. So we got hope. We don't need Atlas. Do the dude who used to be the Beetle. I keep forgetting his new name. I always just call him the Beetle. But he's the guy who likes Songbird.
Or you could have someone completely not related to any of these characters. I feel like that would be interesting.
I think the new person I probably would have added to the team would have been I wouldn't mind bringing back Elektra, to be honest. I think
I could see Elektra being on this team, maybe.
She was on a former Thunderbolts team. Her coming back and getting away from the Daredevil mantle for a little bit would do a lot for her character, at least for the casual Daredevil fans reading. And then you can bring her back after the run. I think that would have been fine.
I mean, like, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't hate this lineup. I feel like some slight tweaks would have been good, and I feel like we could have gotten a Defenders book instead of this. Like, you could have had, like I said earlier, you could have had Clea, Namor, and the Hulk, and maybe if you wanted a Wolverine character, you could have had Laura. If you wanted her on a team so badly.
Yeah.
But,
No. I would have. They actually made and introduced a whole another Wolverine daughter. I probably would just dragged her here instead of Laura.
Are you talking about Gabby? Scout?
No. So after Gabby, it was like 2 years later, they introduced that Wolverine actually had a daughter
I know
in the
exactly
70s.
What you're talking about.
Yeah.
Talon?
Still blonde, tall, Amazon-looking woman.
I thought you were talking about the fact that because during Krakoa there were 2 Lauras running around.
No. I'll be the old one or the plant clone thing. Wolverine had the actual another daughter he had in the 70s, and it was from a book like 3 years ago. And they found out about her in the 70s. The book took place in the 70s. They just didn't talk about it again.
I don't know. Obviously,
Wolverine's daughter.
I was gonna jokingly say Akihiro should have replaced Laura, but like
I wouldn't mind Akihiro.
I think like Aki's going through enough bullshit as it is right now, so that he would not be here. He just already
I'm
had
downloading the picture,
Demon
which
Mom.
I'm gonna show you.
Just send me a picture and I'll look at it later.
But this chick here, it's in general.
Okay, let me look at it real quick.
This picture is low res. My bad, but this is her.
It's fine. Why did they never bring her up again? Who's her mom? Who's her mom?
It was just some random chick.
Why the fuck does she have light claws?
I don't remember.
Like I'm making an OC, like an AU OC where he's the son of Aurora and Akihiro, and he's gonna have the light claws, and that makes sense because of both of his parents' powers.
I think the mom had a power. I think the whole thing was like a murder going on, so the X-Men had to investigate, and it was the whole X-Men team was here to see this dumb shit, but no one brought her up again.
Intriguing. We're gonna have to look into that later, huh?
Yeah, so I was like, you could have used her if you just wanted a Wolverine stand-in character, and you could have actually done something with this person.
Yeah, I think that would have been interesting
to
see.
We went on way too long, but there's one more thing to bring up. The reason that the topic says MCUifying and stuff is because they put the asterisk in the Thunderbolts name. You can see on the paper.
It is kind of weird. Because, like, MCU synergy is a problem, and I'm scared that it's going to fuck over a lot of good characters for no reason.
Yes.
But that's happened before, and it won't stop them now.
That's a sad thing about it.
Yeah.
But let's move on. It's already 11:30, man. And we only did 4 topics, I think.
And
we're doing pretty okay. We have to do better than we thought. Yeah, we're doing better than we thought, actually. Yeah.
We're passionate people. Anyways.
Ian Flynn references again with Sonic X DC crossover.
God damn it.
Basically, Sonic, for those who don't know, Sonic and DC are having their crossover, and I didn't put the pictures on the board on here because I'm just gonna do it for the review. We got to see Sonic, Tails, and Amy fight parademons. That shit
is it out?
What?
The actual thing is out?
No, not right now. But the sneak peek came out.
I
That's
was
all I'm
about to say,
saying.
you don't tell me shit.
No. But yeah, so we got to see Sonic, Amy, and Tails fight parademons, and that shit was surreal, bro. I don't know, like it's not that they haven't fought aliens before. It's just like, damn, bro,
It,
this is
it
weird.
actually been a long time, regardless.
Right, yeah. So, but yeah, so basically, this crossover is gonna see, from what we understand, Darkseid's gonna invade the Sonic world. I'm assuming he's looking for the Chaos Emeralds based off his dialogue, but it could be something
It's hard
else.
to say. Why would you destroy the Master Emerald then?
Because he doesn't know what it is, and all Decide said was like, "Oh, this thing is interfering with our ability to find the Chaos Emeralds," and he just said, "Destroy it." But the only thing but he says specifically neutralize. The only thing that neutralizes the Chaos Emeralds is the Master Emerald. So,
Yeah, but I don't care.
I don't know, because
Let me
you know
stop
how they
talking.
record the Master Emerald.
I know.
I
Let
don't
me
know.
stop talking. I don't care, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know what the Master Emerald does anymore, to be fair with you. But yeah, so people were mad online because Ian Flynn is a writer who loves to reference the old shit, mainly because I think Sonic fans forget Sonic games before Ian Flynn didn't really reference. Well, no, that's not true. After the adventure era, after
Yeah. If it was a direct sequel, and they'll do it. But after what from 06 forward, they stopped doing it.
Yeah, 06 was the first game to just not reference the past at all. And because I think everything after so like when it was Adventure from Shadow from S8 no yeah Adventure to Shadow, every game referenced lore like how the Chaos Emeralds work, the power of friendship, the Project Shadow, Jarrett Robotnik was a huge deal, and then at some point it just stops. And for a long time from 2008 onward, it was just very unclear if like shit even connected to each other. Until Generations is the first.
Also, for anyone, just nothing to add to that. Sega had this weird thing where they want to separate classic and modern as two different things, but also still treat them as one thing. So it really messed up a lot of canon for people.
Yeah.
And if you were introduced in like classic and not already been modern by the time they said that, you're never shown up in modern time.
Yeah. I think
Also, does this go into like modern Sonic lore, or is it just
it's
like
you could tell if Sonic has green eyes and a slim body, it's modern Sonic. That's how you tell.
Does he have that?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Cause,
I'll make it
like,
even easier.
I want to give an example of something because if you remember when DC and Ruby were having their crossovers, also
oh
fucking
god,
Warner Bros.
I hated that shit.
Like they don't really bring up anything past Volume 3 for some reason. I think like in the movies they do mention past Volume 4. I think like modern era Ruby.
That was
like
one mention from Volume
but
7, I think.
Everyone's
in the second
designs
part
in the
movie.
first movie was based off of Beacon era, and I'm like, Beacon was great, but like we've moved on. We're in Vacuo now.
Sonic's very easy to identify visually which one you're looking at, because again, if Shadow's in the book, it's a modern Sonic story. If Sonic has green eyes, it's a modern Sonic story. If Silver's there, it's a modern Sonic. Like there are multiple ways to tell when it takes place. In terms of this, I think that's taking the IDW continuity into account, but we don't have any sign of Tango and Whisper, so
basically, it's probably gonna be the same situation, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably just want to know when it takes place in IDW because it's just whatever, but it is a thing that happened.
And you know the best part is, you know they didn't do Tango and Whisper only because Wonder Woman's the only girl in Justice League in the team.
It's true.
That's so they just did it with Amy.
They could have done Jessica Cruz, and then she shows up. And
no, it's a modern New 52 team though.
Oh, that's true.
No Cyborg's here, even though he should not be here.
Ugh, I don't like Cyborg under my Justice.
I don't think anyone liked that.
No one does. But anyway, so when Ian Flynn came on board, I think people like lose the context of this, like because it gets annoying when he does it. But I understand why people are annoyed. It's just like people forget, like it was very unclear, like what was canon.
Wait! Are they missing a member?
What? Who?
Why is Martian Manhunter in this picture?
He doesn't matter. That we can't put somebody else there. Too late.
Aren't both teams missing a person?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Yeah,
we saw the picture where they all pair up together. Someone Martian Manhunter and Silver.
I'm assuming
we're missing somebody.
I'm assuming Ian just didn't have the time to put 7 characters in. I'm sure he wanted
to. Who else is supposed to be here?
I don't know. But yeah, so Ian Flynn comes in. Sonic fans have like this thing where they kind of forget like Sonic had like kind of terrible continuity management for a long time. And so when Frontiers came out, Ian had the task of like just so you know everything up to this point is canon. So that was basically the goal of like Frontier. One of the goals of Frontiers was to do that. But ever since then, he references things in comics a lot. He references things in books a lot, and it's a weird thing for fans because they just aren't used to it anymore. It's not that it hasn't
It also
happened.
doesn't help that he does everything. It's not just referencing events; it's references songs, references everything. Like he referenced every part of Sonic's lore, and I think that's annoying for people.
Yeah, it's just weird because especially because Sonic has a characterization problem. It's just weird that he never talks about his past adventures like that. Usually, when they reference things, it's like a person. Like again, they reference Jared Robotnik a lot, or maybe they'll reference how the Chaos Emeralds work. But it's not like Sonic's like, remember that time we fought Perfect Chaos? That was kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like he never says things like that.
Never mind, Jake. I'm imagining Martian Manhunter was here, but that's what I thought I saw.
No.
I think I'm misremembering the Silver Green Lantern pet situation.
But all that to say, so people were mad at this because in the opening sneak peek pages, Sonic, Amy, and Tails are at Never Lake, which is where Sonic CD starts, the original game Amy debuted in. Yes. And Darkseid shows up in like a planet, like a little Darkseidian planet. I thought it was like the Death Egg. I thought Eggman and Darkseid were working together, but I guess not. And Sonic says, "Oh, that's not Little Planet," and everyone lost their shit because he specifically said the word Little Planet. Which in the context of what this was,
wait. And Little Planet, wait. So you're saying Little Planet's not there?
Little Planet, they were waiting for Little Planet to show up, and instead of Little Planet, it was like, yeah,
that wasn't that had to do with this conversation we'll talk about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were just waiting there for Little Planet. Little Planet shows up once a year on a specific month, once a year, and they were just kind of waiting for it, which means a year has passed. The Flynn, you fucked up. And so, like, instead of Little Planet, Darkseid's planet shows up, and then they release an army of Paradians. But people were really mad that they referenced Little Planet. And I think someone on Twitter brought up a good point. That's like, it's funny that like Sonic fans are so mad at this, but like DC fans do not care when their shit gets referenced like 50 times over. I think it's just conditioning because I think DC fans are just kind of used to it.
Just like my thing is like, I guess they're like two different styles of franchises.
Yeah. I think it's just conditioning.
Sonic went over 20 years Sonic went 50 years without doing it. And then when Ian Flynn started doing it, he was doing it nonstop. Every issue had multiple references to multiple themes. Whether it's a theme song, character theme, regular theme song, the show theme song, random event that happened 20 years ago. He did it a lot. People complained about it until he stopped, and now they see it as him randomly doing it again, even though this isn't really a reference. It's literally at the location.
Right. So yeah, that's what people are really mad about him for. And honestly, I mean, most of the Sonic fan base knows it's overblown. Other people are just mad at it, but I think it's kind of died down. That said, I think it's really cool that we're gonna see Sonic facing off some like fucking parody. I like how he's not even phased. I think the only one that's phased in this image is Tails. That's also another complaint. People had a complaint that Tails is being a little bit of a bitch because another thing, again, this is just fans just being fed up with the status quo for so long that I don't think they allow room for exceptions anymore. No. It's that Tails, very early on, since his 3D happened, he went through an arc of like, I don't need Sonic as much anymore. I can be my own man. And to the point where he even beats Dr. Eggman on his own 3 times.
It has 2 solo adventures on his own.
Yes. And so now people are like, but then at some random point, I think it started in Unleashed.
It was Forces.
No, it was Unleashed. Unleashed was the first time. Unleashed was the first time Tails cowered like a bitch on screen.
Yeah, no. Forces was the thing that broke people.
Yeah. And so because it was that, and then every time he saw Tails, he was just kind of relegated to a sidekick. He wasn't even like really helping in the fight anymore. And it became like this, and there was this kind of this weird. And to be fair, there was a weird perception, I think, behind the scenes that like Tails cannot fight for some reason. People just think that Tails cannot fight when they're writing Tails, but he can. And so in this fight, parademons. By the way, these are like actual parademons, like from like think about Justice League, Darkseid War, Apocalypse. All right, think about how brutal those shits were.
Look, they had Doomsday in them. That's a whole different thing. That's fair. We're not giving them that level of clout. These are regular dudes.
Parademons drop from the sky. And Tails isn't like he's just leading them to Amy so Amy can deal with it. And he's not like curling in a ball and like crying. He's just like he's just startled, really. And people are like, oh, look at Tails being a bitch again. I'm like, this is kind of acceptable. These are acceptable parameters for
Tails
Tails.
is 4 years old, guys. Give him a break.
Well, hang on. He's like 8.
He's 8
He's
or
yeah.
9, I think.
Well, the ages don't matter. They don't exist anymore.
But I do agree.
It's a joke, guys. It's a
No.
joke.
No. We're not going against that. There are people who think he's 4 years old. That's the whole thing we went through the other day. But my biggest problem with the age thing, I'm fine when he acts his age. The problem is they change the way he talks inherently. And you forget he's that young.
Yeah, it's true.
He talks like he's Reed Richards now instead of actual child who is smart.
Right. I think after honestly, I think it was during the meta era he stops talking like a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my thing with it is like I give Tails this leeway because and people's like, well, he fought in the Black Arms invasion. I'm like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know what his initial reaction to that was. He's used to fighting Eggman robots every day. When something new shows up, I kind of expect it to be a little bit like, whoa, what the fuck? Oh, chill. Like, like I expect that for a little bit. I'm not saying I want him that the whole event, but I'm okay with
I don't expect that for Tails specifically because how much they have all been through. I think I'll expect that for Amy inherently more than I'll expect that for Tails, to be honest. I'm not saying Tails need to be gung ho. Yeah, let's start fighting. But if you're going to retreat or anything, I would be like, damn, we need to get some more info. I don't really know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of what Sonic implies. Like, let's get out of here. I think my thing is that like it's oddly accidentally consistent because it was already established and Unleashed that is something that does scare him. Like when he fought those monsters for the first time, that was the first time he was like, well, that's the first time you see him just like, whoa, what is this? I think like again, I only mind it if this is him the whole event. Like if he's like this the whole time, then yes, it is a problem. I don't mind it when it's like, especially because Frontiers reestablished it. Like, yeah, I'm a kid. Sometimes I am gonna freak out. Like if something new happens.
Yeah, but also that's the main one to establish that he wants to
I get that. But since we already established that, and any example I can think of Tails running into something that isn't Eggman robots or like the Deadly Six, but Sonic is there. I do get like him just being initially startled. That's something I do understand. Just don't be like that the whole book. That's basically
I think how they should have handled it was say he get initially startled, his bounce back should have been before running to Amy. I don't think he should have ran to Amy as the first move. I think he bounced back and he starts running, but he's like he still has to stand up for himself. It's easy to stand up and try to be like, well, I'm not going to be scared. So when everyone's with you, in these moments where he does get started up by himself, is where that growth needs to come from. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But it's also kind of hard
to because like you said, it's consistent with his character. But the moment that broke people was when he thought he lost Sonic and then freaked out and he let Sonic die, basically.
Yeah, the reason the Chaos thing is unacceptable is only because like, he's already fought Chaos before. Like he's already fought he's fought a stronger version of that Chaos before. I'm only pointing to examples where it's like I'm only pointing to the monsters because they were just random. They were just a random thing that happened to him. That's it really. But like I said, maybe our lines are different on where Tails should be at this point, and that's fine. I just think
I thought it was starting Cali. I would have liked to see him. I would like to see him if he starts running and stuff. I would like to see him stop,
right?
At least like try to address the situation before someone else comes to the situation. Then it shows him at least trying to stop that habit.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but like I said, I think the other day my breaking point is going to be if he's like this the whole event, like if he just doesn't fight a parody. Like I feel like you'd be able to take on one, honestly. Actually, especially because it's IDW Tails and he fought the Deadly Six next to Sonic. Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? It's like
it's also hard for me to find anything scary after the metal fire.
which by the way did have a scene of him cowering like a bitch. I don't.
People did not hit him for that though.
What? Wait, so
people didn't like it, but people didn't like it, but they weren't mad about it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like that was another example of like, well, to be fair, yeah. But even that one, that's another example of like by the time that already happened, he'd already been acclimated to the situation, though. That's what I think. It's just difference of like what's going on when he first introduces to it. But yeah. We'll see as the time goes on. That's things to watch out for. Meanwhile, Knuckles on Angel Island fighting the fucking whatever. So fighting the Parademons. So yeah, there you go. Shadow's in the story. We also know that Shadow is going to be Batman's surrogate. Apparently, at some point, the Sonic cast is going to become the Justice League. We also know that Batman is fighting Metal Sonic as well, and I am hoping Metal Sonic wins or does something, bro. Like I need that W for him, bro. I need to know that he can do it, but he won't. It's Batman. We already know. But yeah, other than that, I am kind of curious as to why Shadow would take up Batman's mantle. That seems kind of like random for his character. I mean, this is the same guy who won't even go to a birthday party for his friends without being prodded into it. I don't see why he would put on some other dude's costume to go dress up. Like I think you think that was silly. But it is what it is. I guess I feel like Shadow cares more about his image than that. I'm really curious what they're gonna do with Amy and Wonder Woman. Actually, I was thinking more about it. I was like, I know
I think it'll be
Amy.
like funny enough we brought up Looney Tunes new Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be the same thing where remember in that movie Lola Bunny was trained by Wonder Woman.
Mhm.
I do think they're going to still do that in a sense.
I
But I
feel like
also think they're
Amy
going
should
to
be trained under Diana. They should do that.
yeah. I think they're going to do that, and then they're also going to try to redefine Amy's like current situation.
Mm.
Because this is her standing next to what's supposed to be the most premier female hero of all time.
Right.
So I think they're going to try to make a statement with Amy.
I hope not, because that statement's supposed to be in Frontiers. That's Unless if we're saying
Yeah, but it's second, bro. I don't think they care.
Yeah, it could just be just this. I don't think this is going to be canon. To be fair, I think it's just like a fun thing that happened. I think we're also going to see Sonic and Flash. My prediction is Sonic's going to get the Speed Force temporarily when he's in the DC universe. That's my.
I honestly would hate that.
I think it's going to happen. Honestly,
I think Sonic needs to prove how fast he is without the Speed Force. Let this nigga, bro. I swear.
I think they're going to say that he can't beat the Speed Force, but the Speed Force likes him enough. They likes the cut of his jib. He's going to go about doing his thing. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Like we do not need any more Flash people today, okay? Like
Well,
Sonic
probably
is fun on his own.
yeah, Sonic's already fast. And the whole debate people always had, it was like Sonic versus Flash. RC Sonic would beat Barry Allen, but he would not beat Wally. That's my take on it. But when it comes down to this right now, Sonic should not need any boosters in speed to compete with the Flash.
We'll see. It is Ian Flynn. It's not what's his face? The guy who brought Barry back to life. I forgot his name. But
Batman.
Yeah. Lastly, we also have we have Silver and Green Lantern. I couldn't think of anything they would possibly bond over.
Cool powers.
I guess. I mean, Silver's from the future. John Stewart isn't. They should have made it Booster Gold. That would have been funny. You know? Silver's the serious guy who goes back in time to like save the world, and like Booster Gold's like the goofy guy who fucks up every time. That's kind of cool.
Who's also married to Blue Beetle? Yes, we know.
Yeah, his gay lover Blue Beetle.
That's a hit the back.
We were talking about Silver and Green Lanterns pairing, which I think is also kind of weird.
I think mainly because Silver got green powers.
Yeah. Tails and
I
Cyborg.
would like to see John and Silver though. I think John could do if it was an actual canon thing. I feel like him meeting John and John military mind training would do a lot for Silver fighting wise and character wise.
Okay. Tails and Cyborg are just an obvious because they're
they're smart.
Yeah, they're smart, but honestly,
for the first Ruby DC crossover movie, they paired up Cyborg with Nora and by extension Ren, because there was like this weird love triangle going on, which was weird.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why. Just acknowledge that so we can move on.
I think honestly, I think it's kind of boring. Honestly, I would have been bold. I would have said Tails and Shazam, some shit like that. Like I would have. Yeah,
that's basically what Tails felt like. Not in the sense of obviously Tails can't turn giant or anything like that. But people don't know Tails was pretty much supposed to be like the next guy up. Like if Sonic ever went down, it felt like originally Tails would be the guy that stepped up. I think it also goes back to our earlier Tails and why people disappointed him. Because if you go about Archie Sonic, Tails was like, what's that guy?
Right.
If Sonic went down, Tails is here. That what they were building up to. The event was bad when they did it, but they were building up to it. And that's basically what Shazam was until they stopped caring about his character.
Yeah. I also, you know what? I would have been a little more creative too. Don't put Shadow with Batman. Put Tails with Batman. Fucking Robin that shit, bro.
I think Tails, him being his Robin would have been cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to put Shadow with Flash. I like Flash would have had Sonic. I think Flash could have made Shadow weak. What it's called, ease up a little bit.
Yeah, that could
I
be
think that
cool.
could be interesting.
Knuckles is with Superman, and that one is the most like, what you trying to say? You know what I mean? Like that's what we're like, you know. I get that Sonic and Superman would have much to talk about, but I think even has less with Knuckles. You know what I mean?
I think Superman tried to show Sonic, trying to make Sonic a more modern hero could have been an interesting thing. Well, he's like, no, bro. Look, I can be a hero my own way. Sometimes you gotta be free to win, bro. Well, everyone. I like to see them to debate their stance on how to handle villains.
Yeah,
Fans will hate it. They hate Sonic talking about his opinions, but I think it would have been cool.
it's true.
They're like, like you have opinions? Get out of here.
Well, because the way Ian Flynn writes Sonic opinions is very like, I don't think that matches up with what Sonic did in the games when you really break it down. But I think the other reason people hate it, honestly, because he did the thing where like, oh, Sonic believes in second chances. I'm like, I just think he doesn't care. I think we just gotta get to the point where he doesn't understand that like Sonic doesn't give a fuck what you do as long as you just stop it. He doesn't care. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm really I'm least interested in Knuckles and Superman's pairing. It just seems just because they didn't have anyone to put Superman with. But yeah. It is what it is. We'll be keeping touch with DC Universe when they cross over with Sonic, and we'll see how mad Ian can make Sonic fans before he, finishes the story. There you go. Next up is Doctor Doom does God's work and ends the Fantastic Four.
No, read the actual thing that you put down.
I lost it. I lost it because I had to switch computers.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do
Doctor Doom and Jake's hero. It ends the Fantastic Four.
There we go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what it's all about.
Don't try to change it. We know.
Yeah.
I don't try to change shit. I just don't remember what I put. But yeah, cool. I guess.
That's it?
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Like he did what I wanted. Thank you.
Don't read the article or something, bro.
I thought y'all read it.
No,
you put the topic here, so I'll go let you handle it.
Wait. I don't post hot topics. I put them here with the assumption that someone read it and that it was worth talking about.
No. I thought it was worth talking about, but once I saw you put your name over the title, I was like, I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna let him have it. But I'll go get it. Give me 1 second. I'm already in the thing.
Well, I just feel bad for Valeria that she played for the wrong team. She should have chose her.
She played for the right team. She chose her uncle, bro. That's the right team. It's always been the right team.
Well, yeah, she should be on Doctor Doom. Yeah, Team Doom.
Oh, never mind. She didn't choose Doom. Okay, that was your saying.
Yeah.
But people don't remember this whole thing starts with him taking the powers away from the Thing and making him a regular guy again. And then after that, he's going to take away another. We've been talking about this news for a while. So we knew about things were going to go first. And then after that, one of the other members are going to lose their powers, and there's only going to be 2 left. So it seems like every issue going forward, he's going to be taking away the powers of one Fantastic Four member. This is the biggest threat that he has, he thinks, I believe.
I would like it if he did all that and then reads like, anyway, so now that Doom did the most predictable thing I thought he'd do, I have a machine in the back that will give us all our powers back. I just have to wait for him to.
I want to be like, I did all this to stop him, to stop Reed, and then Reed is like, well, so you didn't take away my brains, though.
Right. So I made the cosmic wave generator again. So like,
so I just told Galactus, come here. I got hit by that cosmic energy from him.
Galactus, hit me up, bro. You owe me that solid. So,
but I wonder how this lines up. Remember he made that gender bent Fantastic Four we saw on the cover?
Oh yeah.
Well, like female Reed and male Sue. So, like, is he taking away their powers and then giving it to like these fake counterparts? Maybe. Is that the purpose of it? You think?
Maybe. And then they have to rise up again and show that they are more than just their powers; they are their brains.
Yeah, Fantastic. So we get Fantastic 1, the last one standing. If you find yourself stranded somewhere in the universe with no knowledge of where you are, how quickly can you determine the answer to that question? It's an experiment that Mr. Fantastic had often challenged his kids with. This is funny, Jake. So there's a game called Marvel Strike Force.
Oh.
And if you look
I
up,
talked about it before with the
Yeah.
album play one.
If you did do that. If you look up the Reed trailer, his own trailer for it, that's kind of the thing that's happening there. He's trying to answer that equation. That's even kind of funny. It's brought back up here. But now Valeria is got sent off on her own, and now she has to figure out a way back. That's the Fantastic One. It doesn't tell you who else lost their powers, but she's alone wherever she is. And then Fantastic Zero is where none of the four has powers. And it looks interesting. It's the one I think I posted art a long time ago. It's the one where all of them had the astronaut outfit on, where powers activated though. So Jake, you might be right.
Okay.
Also, apparently, no, they wrote about it. So when the solution to what Doom did to Ben can only be found in the past, the Fantastic Four must go back 436 quadrillion seconds into the Big Bang. Oh, of course, they have to make it. Of course, the powers is unsurvivable unless Herbie is in control of precise time required. So they have to go back, get hit with the big Jake, get their powers back, and pray to God that Herbie can keep them alive.
See, this is what I mean talking about. Reed's on that bullshit, bro. Because what the fuck you talking about? Just go
I
ask.
want to do all this just to really be like, oh, actually, Sue came over with this point.
Right.
I thought it was stupid.
Nah, bro. It's got to be a replay because Reed is the most extra motherfucker in this series, bro. Like I can't do it with Richards, bro. I was thinking maybe I was too hard on that man, but no, not now tonight. I know better. I
want to be your moment where it's like, Jonah James, yeah, the Spider-Man was a hero. I just couldn't see it. He's a menace.
Goes back in time. He's a menace.
Everyone's just gonna look at you weird. You're gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Jake doesn't see him do it. He just feels in his heart. He did something. I know it.
No, it's like it's just unnecessary bullshit, bro. Just go get make cosmic waves. You're Reed Richards. Make the cosmic waves here. Should be replaceable.
I think the problem with that is that slot changed their origin because he's an asshole when he did his run. And the whole way that guy did it was some dumb bullshit. I don't think can be done again that direct way.
Galactus can't do it.
Like if they did the cosmic thing again, it would be different powers, not the same powers.
Galactus can't just give him the powers that he wants.
I'd be glad probably could, but if Gladys shows up, I mean, like, nigga, you called me here for a freebie? No, you gotta be a hero now.
I'm sure you owe me a favor or something.
Nah, the last time you owe me a favor for keeping our promise of not to kill the Earth.
Yeah, I have the ultimate nullifier still, so I'm calling another one.
Give me my powers back, motherfucker. He's held from a gunpoint. He's like, hold on now. Don't be rash.
Bro, it is not that serious.
Don't be rash.
Yeah, don't be rash. But yeah, shout out to Guardians 3.
Leave it up to Herbie is kind of concerning. Not because I don't trust Herbie. Well, I don't trust Herbie. But Herbie also hasn't been for in a long time. So that means that this guy will get a freshly built one or one returning. He left in 2020 when the whole Iron Man 2020 event happened where all the robots rolled up against people.
Yeah, maybe, and you know what? This is a good opportunity because maybe like this will inspire the MCU to put Herbie in their movie, right?
I think it's the other way around, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's so last minute. Like Herbie was not around. It's not like he's gonna be here just for this. It feels like this one of those changes. Yeah. But I'm not mad at it. Herbie is always fun if done correctly. As long as he's not annoying. I won't need Orbot and Cubebot, okay? I don't need Reed to have one of those around.
You know what? By the way, you know what this thumbnail for the thing reminds me of?
What?
The mama.
But you don't remember that? The intro sequence?
No, I remember for World Greatest Hero. Yeah. But I actually was going to bring it up. I had a photo, but I lost it. I was looking for it. The actress Vanessa Kirby looks just like Sue from that show. And you look up her in a regular dress, she looks just like Sue from that show.
Jesus Christ.
And Jake, when I actually realized that, it caught me off guard. I was like, it's actually perfect. This is insane to me. This is the most perfect cast I've ever seen in my life.
True. There couldn't be
That's
a
like
better.
the best visual version of Sue, but I can't remember her characterization too much. Say that's the best version of the character.
Well, there you go.
I remember she was being decent, but they only got one season, so they couldn't go as far as they could.
She was well, she wasn't Reed's wife. She was
It was
loosely
funny
Reed's.
to see her catch, like she caught on that Doom within Reed's body because he hit her with the funniest thing of all time.
She I remember she was fun when she was with the other characters. They couldn't decide if her and Reed were together or not. Like it was
They went on a date sometimes, but they weren't actually together. It was weird.
right.
So they'll get
I
mentioned of
thought that
dates.
was like the one thing that they had going for them was making sure that they were together.
No.
No.
I guarantee you, at least from the first 15 episodes, I saw those again. I'll say at least a few months ago. They mentioned dates, but they were never actually dating.
Yeah.
To the
That's
point where
weird.
Doctor Doom takes over Reed's body and hits on her and asks her for a date, and she's shocked that he asked her for a date.
Right.
And some people took it as, well, maybe she starts the date. So I was like, I doubt that Reed didn't ask for at least the first one.
Yeah,
Suspicious.
I like the idea that Doom the Doom was like, well, I guess this is something Reed would do.
Sue, you look fetching. Don't you? Why are we going to date? She's like, what? You're choosing a date over like a college lecture? You're like, yeah. So there's something going on here.
Why can't we do both? Why can't the date be the college lecture?
When it comes to Sue, since we're already talking about it, the only thing I wish stuff did better, Sue has like 3 doctorates, if I remember correctly, or 3 PhDs, something like that. Sue is a genius in her own right. I understand next to Reed, it won't get to shine that much. But I will like to see you do something with her being smart. You got to separate her from the team for a little bit.
You do an episode where like Reed is like missing or something, and like Sue has to do the side shit. She's like, "Well, I think we do it like this.
Or,
I have to guess."
Or Reed come up with stuff, have her have input. Something.
Reed, did you check the molecular thrusters? Huh?
You're right. Oh my god, I almost fucked up. We killed us all.
That was crazy.
It was gonna be like the Doom incident all over again.
Right. No, what if Reed would just like do that situation? Like, of course, took the fucking molecular thruster.
Of course I fucking did. Don't ever ask me a chicken.
Oh, you tampered with it, you bitch.
But I asked them, if they ever do another evil do or Reed, I would love that to be the first for do himself in cops and they fucked up his face. I'm gonna get myself superpowers. I'm gonna be like Iron Man to be a hero. And like, y'all fucked it up. I got these lame, stretchy bullshit. My face fucked up. Fuck you guys.
And that's how they became the Fantastic Three. Yeah.
It's funny though, in the issue called Fantastic One, it's just about Valeria. I have none of the ones I've seen, even in 3 and 2, doesn't mention Franklin. Where the fuck is he?
He died.
I feel like I actually am happy for that that Valeria is getting the shine when it comes to like a Doom thing, because I always felt it's like weird when she just has like when I hear a story about her and she has like no input on like what Doom is doing, even though they have like a clear connection.
To be fair, they usually do to a degree, like all the way up to Secret Wars. She was choosing Doom over her family, like that. Her whole story arc with him, leading into him saving the world, and that's also why he kept her. Another reason he kept Reed's family was so she will be there. And he knew if he only had her and not Franklin, if something might go wrong. And that's what he took Sue and them too.
All right.
But it literally just Dad's fucked it all up. That's where it all comes from. If you read Dad's Slide's Fast Forward, you wouldn't even know they knew each other.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm glad her having her own solo episode, but issue. But it makes you question, like, where's Franklin? I know he don't have his full power because they retconned that shit. But I feel like he should at least have another issue of his own, too. At the very least.
I think they said like one.
Or why are they relying on Herbie and not Franklin to do the timing? Like, why is Herbie?
Isn't it like once a year he gets his full power, he does something
It's
crazy?
once in the year, and like, only during the nighttime.
No,
and so he looks forward in like future of the year and try to make changes to make sure they live going forward.
Okay. Every year, they do something like, God damn it.
That is basically how he was feeling. Literally, they all almost died. He had to change shit like 25 times for them to live that day. It was the day the meteors were coming out. The issue with the
Oh yeah,
meteors.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But
Shout out to
I
the right North issues. I just stopped reading it not because it was bad, just because I had to finish my Bionicles so fucking long. I want to finish it before like halfway through the year. So yeah, so
I really hope Ryan stays on the book for a long time. I really do.
I
I
hope
really
this
fear the next writer coming up.
I hope this gets a TV show adaptation. Honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Yeah,
perfect.
if the movies get based on something, I would like them to take their inspiration from this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. Well, moving on to the next one. Oh my god, cryptid. I was expecting cryptid assist. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Joe Quesada. Look at him. Look at
I
him.
forgot there was a topic, bro. I was just rambling because I thought it was the end.
No. We have a Joe Quesada. I don't have the topics on my
Why
end.
like Elon Musk?
I know. You know what's crazy? There was like 6 different pictures of the Joe Quesada, and he all smiles like it's in a different pose, but he smiles like this.
Yeah, I fucked over Spider-Man. That's why.
Joe Quesada returns. That's what the picture says.
Yeah. So Joe Quesada is writing Marvel Knights: The World to Come. It's gonna be a 6-part issue, a 6-issue parter about the future. And the main thing he showed 4 or 5 photos. I don't know what Jake uploaded, but he seems to be teasing T'Challa and Storm getting back together. At this point, I don't want them dead anymore. Y'all pretty much ruined that shit for me, to be honest. And Jake, since they broke up, since they already established that no matter what happens, Storm's going to choose the X-Men and mutants over T'Challa in his country. Everyone's ruined every case of that shit. Nobody in the world will want that woman as her queen again, regardless of how strong she is. But she has stole from him. She has critically injured him for no reason. She betrayed his country multiple times. And even right now, she's like just randomly hooking up Wolverine again. So why would I want her to get back with him? I'd rather you revisit her in Forge, if anything. And I don't even like her in Forge. Before I put you back.
Yeah, I think there are better ships than Storm and Forge. If it was up to me, it would be Storm and Callisto or Storm and Yukio.
The Callisto Protocol, yes.
It's just, man. There's a lot. Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of better shit for Storm just in general. I'm tired of Wolverine being the default one. I just need her to have sex with someone calling Wolverine. I hate that. That's their relationship is now.
Yeah.
But in Black Panther, I know he doesn't have a lot of relationship people. They made MCU Nakia. They basically did a whole thing to bring her to the comics. So while they don't date, she is there. She is the mother. She's the mother of his child in the MCU. Some people don't remember, but I feel like you got to do something more. If you're gonna do more T'Challa stuff, I would like time for him to get a new love interest. I think we're moving past the will they, won't they, and or being forced to go back and forth with these characters. Like people are tired of MJ. People are tired of Storm. I think the only ongoing relationship people still like, other than Reed and Sue, because they just always together regardless, is still the Jean Grey and Scott. But that's only when they're actually not trying to add Wolverine to the relationship. I don't mean the what?
Well, no, finish your point, because mine's a tangential point based off what you just said.
Oh, and I was about to say, and I don't mean the 3-way relationship thing. I mean when they actually have Wolverine come in only to be a foil to that relationship.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Like the thing about the MJ thing is like it's weird because it's like I can't think of like they tried to make a new girl for Spider-Man recently. I'm like she just doesn't have it though. Like I think it's like I'm not saying it's impossible. I think currently it's just too late in the game.
But Jake, I understand not making a new one, but he has older girlfriend that people liked as much or around the same level as MJ.
Yeah,
Harley Cooper, they liked her. The chick before her, Miguel, the Michelle Rodriguez, who was female roommate, they liked him dating her for a little bit. He had other options. The problem with the MJ thing is that she's just still always around regardless. So it feels like even if she's not dating her, we have to deal with her. And an idea.
My thing is like I'm saying like you can make, and listen, I'll let this up to Spider-Man fans. I say push Black Cat as the it girl. I think the relationship's a lot different than when it first started. It could be something completely different now.
And
I think
people don't like her either. Because
yeah, I
I
know.
think
But I'm
that
like,
dumb shit of
but
her
she
breaking up because he doesn't want to fight for Make Me a Good Guy anymore. Like, you've been doing it for 60 fucking years.
all right. But that's like one mistake out of like as far as I'm aware, that's like one mistake out of the billions that they've
To be
done.
fair, they'll take her over MJ. I'll give you that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Take
Yeah.
them over.
I'm saying like she could be the new it girl for Peter for the next how long that marriage lasted, and
And
then
don't forget, Jake, they just brought back Gwen Stacy alive.
nah, God no, she had her chance. She
And
was
then Jake in his Infinity book.
yeah.
Wait, are all the Infinity books canon? Like Infinity comics?
I think most of them are, yes.
I know a lot of the Spider-Mans are, and they just hit one-offs. But is the Spider-Man Infinity comic right now? He has a girlfriend named. Well, he had this girl he's on and off with.
Oh, you mean the
Who's
purple
a
girl?
superhero? Yeah, Webhead.
Oh,
I don't fucking know. I don't read it.
So like, I don't know how people like feel about the relationship, but the problem with her date when you take off her mask up, it's just MJ. It's not MJ the character. It looks just like her. It's just another red.
that's crazy, bro.
So it's like even if people didn't want this, you won't let the idea go of how a girlfriend of Peter should act and look.
Then just have them get together. Like that's just it just make the
That's
problem.
what I'm saying. And then you have the stuff with I'm pretty sure Paul is Venom. So
I think
that's never going away. So if we even if they get back together, we're gonna always have the Paul Thorne and address that situation.
I think the problem is like you already brought back MJ and Peter in a very satisfying way, and then you
Yeah.
immediately do it. That's really what stops MJ from working again. It's because you
Mhm.
did a lot of legwork and immediately took it. So it's like, why should I have any investment in this relationship at all? And that's gonna be how it's gonna be treated. And not just
And
me.
yet Marvel is still trying to push these two like in every other form of media, which is like what the fuck.
Well, I mean, they work in every form.
Shout
That's
out shout out them to the new show where they decided to just give him a girl who doesn't know this bitch nigga at all in the comics.
yeah.
Waiting for not to talk to Spider-Man one time, but that's his leverage right now for the new show, which
Yeah, I think because MJ works at the other and it's like everybody but Marvel gets it. But even in the comics, I think the problem with the comics right now is just like you really fucked that relationship over in a way that's like not even that salvageable without a
yeah.
lot of more twice the effort it took the last time you put them together. So I think cut your losses. I say Black Cat be the third it girl. You had the Gwen Stacy era, the MJ era. It's time for the era of Black Cat.
I think instead, I think we finally have Peter. I think Peter needs to rebuild himself from the ground up. And I don't mean
He
dating or
needs
anything.
to
I
get
think
together
he
with
did
Johnny Storm. What? I didn't say
he,
anything.
he did his self help moment, bro. I need him to be like, I need to focus on myself and work to better myself. I need that part for him.
That's
I
fair
need him
too.
to stop showing up places late. I need him to stop. I need him to fix his regular
Yeah,
day problems
that's gotta
and
go.
then focus on getting a girlfriend one day.
It's been canonically 7 years, and he still can't figure this shit out. It's crazy to me.
Like, I get sometimes he's still gonna be late because there's always gonna be a crime going on. But when it comes to your big stuff, I need him to start prioritizing his friends and the situation over some stuff. Or say like, unless it's like a real asshole supervillain, I don't need you saying you late because you stopped some guys robbing a store that was no one's in danger. Okay,
Right.
let's get here.
Right. He's experienced enough to do it on his own, and honestly, Miles will help him. Like he has
Yeah,
other people.
I think that's also the problem. Like there's so many heroes in New York. You can't tell me somebody can't take this shift.
Right. That's what Elektra did, didn't she? She was struggling. She was like,
Yeah, she
shoot
was
it
getting
down
her
there.
ass beat by multiple bullseyes. She shot one gun in the air. Iron Man, Spider Man, and like one more person showed up.
Yeah. So, you know, but I've had that problem with Peter for a while. I think like unexperienced Peter should not have these issues anymore. But
I think before we get the girlfriend thing situation, I think he needs to fix himself.
that's
Because
fair.
one of those problems is still there, they'll always have an easy way and excuse to just have him break over the girl.
Yeah, that's fair. The Spider-Man self-help arc. That's what we'll call it.
Sure. Yeah, let's call it that, guys.
But I'm excited for Marvel Knights, but well, the joke aside is okay right now. I'm not gonna say he's bad or anything. I just hope it's good, bro. If you're gonna do all this Black Panther stuff again, I can't go back to reading this fucking weekly stuff, man. His weekly stuff been bad for like 4 runs in a row. Let's make this good. If you made this good, I'll forgive you for ruining your marriage, bro. I don't care no more.
Sure. But I guess with that said, next up on the list, we got some Mortal Kombat.
Bro, how many topics do we have?
But there's the last one.
I like how I added this stuff, but even I'm forgetting how much it is.
All the topics you've been surprised about are ones you added, by the way.
That's the funny part. We've been so used to stopping like right at 12 or right before 12.
Yeah,
I'm not used to it anymore.
Yeah. So Mortal Kombat is back. I don't hate everything I see. That's the worst.
I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't hate it. I just Shao Kahn look. Everything is okay. Johnny Cage looked better than I thought he was gonna look. To be fair, but I like that. It just depends on how the guy acts. Anyone who's go ahead.
Oh no, finish your thought.
I was about to say anyone who was hyped up before this announcement got made. Mortal Kombat 1 came out and revitalized people's love for Johnny Cage. That it was kind of waning. People didn't really like the older Johnny Cage as much. So when they gave us this perfect blend of like young Cage, that felt like the perfect mix for the character, and then they announced that they casted a 50-year-old man to play him. And as you can see behind him, the woman who Johnny canonically ends up with is over there. I want you to know that lady is like less than 30.
Sure.
So they might not do this in the movie, but it really fucks up a lot of stuff people like when it comes to pairings and connections that these characters have. Mm-hmm. But when he comes to actually looks and looking at him like this, he looks fine.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, I actually love the Cage. I think they're the best part of the last time that we did the Cage family. That whole scenario, I really enjoyed them.
No, people love the family, but they didn't like Johnny as much as he used to.
Okay.
Because when he felt mature, though, he didn't feel like Johnny Cage to the same degree. He wasn't as disrespectful as fighting. Like he lost a lot of stuff to be the man of the family, and people were fine with that. It just wasn't as liked.
That's fair. I think the one that made me go ooh was Kitana. It's not terrible. I wasn't. I don't know what I was expecting. It's actually not bad. I was like,
it's not bad. I don't know how to say this without sounding offensive.
We'll wait.
I don't know if he looks. They cast a woman older than Liu Kang, or Liu Kang is naturally looking young. The actor, I wonder.
I don't remember how old Liu Kang looked. I don't remember Liu Kang in that movie, bro.
Liu Kang looked young. Liu Kang he was like mid-20s.
To be fair, Kitana has always been older than Liu Kang. I'm just saying.
I'm not against that or anything. I was just wondering. Right. But for some reason, I thought. I don't know. In my head, I thought they would make him older, and so when I saw her looking, so I thought they would make him older. So when I saw her older, it threw me off for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I know she is because she's canonically older, everyone, but Edanians grow weirdly, so I didn't know how they're going to cast her. I think she looks great though. I think her costume and stuff great. I think the actress is good. I probably would have changed that hairstyle. I think that's the thing that's fucking me up.
That feels like one of her. No, isn't that one of her hairstyles? Maybe with the gas.
I'm sure it is one of them. I would just chose a different one. The hairstyle isn't bad. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's practical because it's short hair in a Mortal Kombat tournament. I get it, but at the same time, it's
like, a ponytail though. It's not really short.
Well, I mean, it's harder to grab, I guess, than a longer hair. But it looks like it takes a lot of inspiration from the MK11, MK1. It's either MK11 or MK1. It looks like it takes place.
I definitely the post-movie era.
Yeah. Yeah. Outside that, then we have Scorpion, who's back.
Looks exactly the same.
This is the first one I'm just like, I don't care about this design. It's kind of.
I think they fucked up making a whole new random character, and they having Scorpion be his like great grandfather or something, making a whole movie basically a revenge plot that. He has no reason to want to come back.
I
the people killing his family's dead.
I think Scorpion gets way too much glaze in Mortal Kombat. I think he's always had too much glaze in Mortal Kombat.
No, it's Ed Boon's favorite character, so he goes out his way to do it.
I know it's like, but I think it's too much. It's okay being a favorite character. You know what? I like about Kira Toriyama, bro. Piccolo's his favorite character. I don't believe it when he says it, but he says Piccolo's his favorite character. He don't do a lot. You don't do shit. He stops to be relevant after a certain point. He knows that the plot needs Goku to lead the charge, so he's not gonna fuck it over just to get Piccolo something to do. I think that's my problem with Scorpion.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, Scorpion will Scorpion will have like movies where it's like, bro, you're not even
Yeah.
the main
It's
character.
a whole animated film.
Right. Just not about you. And so I think that's my problem with Scorpion. And I also don't like this design. I also,
Yeah, those are really terrible.
right. I think the
I
only
don't know how you
Scorpion,
put that outfit on.
yeah, I think the only Scorpion I like though is Hanzo Hasashi.
Oh, what is this?
No, I know, but I like the actual Hanzo Hasashi look, like when they,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Like the Mortal Kombat 10, like,
I thought you were replying to the Sub-Zero guy.
no. It was crazy. Like the Bihan to me as a character is more interesting, at least in the original timeline. So
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, outside of that, we have one more, and I like it. It's not the worst. I need to see the color.
if it's a mask, it's fine. If it's his actual face, I think it's the worst visual Shao Kahn we ever seen.
I think color wise, it's really generic from what I've seen. I need brighter colors. So
I just think it's weird. They already miscast. I won't say miscast. They already misused Shang Tsung, in my opinion. If you remember.
yeah.
So going for that disappointing guy, and we go to our next big bad, and he looks like this, a fake Skeletor with a samurai helmet on.
Mm.
I don't buy it as much. It looked like he tried too hard to be scary instead of just being scary.
Yeah. I think Shao Kahn was intimidating in Mortal Kombat 9, which I think was like his best villain
Yeah.
debut. Really just because like the way he carried himself, really.
I think he might have returned in 11.
Oh, 11. Yeah, that was really good too. Yeah, that was really good. That's because they let him win.
DLC wise, he was good. I like him in base game. He'll lose in the base katana from the past. Base katana from the past. Who's no his level is crazy to me.
Well, that's because they let him go off script and just beat a bunch of people, whether he should have won or not. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
No, I mean like the way his dialogue was, the way his outfit is. I like the half mask more than the full mask that this might be.
Yeah.
Where just covering the like top part where his eyes and stuff is.
Yeah.
But his mouth and stuff still free. I thought that was unique, at least when it comes to villains. You don't get a lot of villains with that type of half mask. Yeah. I thought it was fine.
I like that he's the like he's also Mortal Kombat the guy. Like he likes fight. Like he's for his Mortal Kombat shit. You know what I mean?
He made the combat mortal.
Yeah. So I think, but you know, I say all this to say, and it's only because I know how bad the first movie was. You have to do a huge turnaround for me. I need to see trailers. I need to see a scene for the movie because this last movie was fucking dog shit. It was, and I don't say this lightly.
I have a question.
What's up?
Yes.
What's the worst Mortal Kombat movie you've seen?
The last one.
This one, like the last one, the one they did here.
I will unironically watch Annihilation before the last one because at least Annihilation is funny bad.
Right.
The original Mortal Kombat movie is generally good.
Campy, in a way?
Yeah, it's really campy.
Yeah.
The first Mortal Kombat 1995 is campy, but it's still faithful. If you even like anything about Mortal Kombat, you'll like this thing to a degree.
Yeah.
Annihilation is campy to like the degree, and it's not a good sequel, but it's more enjoyable than the last film that was so serious, but it changed everything about Mortal Kombat for no reason.
You will die. So like that. Yeah, no, this last movie was the worst one, and then I think after that was like Scorpion's Revenge. I think that's like the second worst one. I think I
watched the Johnny Cage film. Was that good?
I didn't get to watch. I didn't watch it yet. I was going to, and I was like, Okay.
I kept saying, "Oh, they changed a lot of shit." I was like, "Oh, I don't care that much."
No, they did. Because I never minded Johnny Cage beating in the situation he was in Mortal Kombat 10 beating Shinnok. I guess my issue was just more like if you're gonna say you did it again, I don't know.
How about him being Shinnok because you gave him the power to do it, but in that movie you didn't have the power.
No, apparently he does. I saw a clip of it. He does have the power. I just don't know if they explain it or what it is. So I don't know.
From what I remember, I can't remember seeing it. So I ain't gonna lie to you.
Maybe I'm just misremembering. Yeah, no, but I think that Johnny had earned that moment from maturing because of the events of Mortal Kombat 9, so I was okay with it. I don't like
Johnny out the gate. Imagine his first adventure, him beating Shinnok. That's crazy.
yeah. The Shinnok was like the like at the point only Liu Kang could beat him in the original timeline. So
the other thing the first movie did okay. They showed you some fatalities, which was fine, which is great. But I'll never forget. Remember what the heck did with the hat, bro? Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Kung Lao
They did Kung
said,
Lao so dirty in that movie.
yeah, they do him dirty everywhere. Ever since the
And I
first
didn't
person, he
have
got
any,
them
and
dirty.
I'm not even that big of a Mortal Kombat person. And I was like, dang, they did my boy dirty.
Yeah, they did him dirty. But he says flawless victory to himself after he got his ass whooped from multiple place.
Yeah.
And I was like, Shang Tsung's literally here. He could have did it. But don't forget Goro, the actual champion of Mortal Kombat, got disrespected so bad he didn't even lose in a fight or being outsmarted like you Johnny how Johnny beat him in the first movie. He got beat by just getting ran over by a car.
Yes. So
The
there you
champion
go.
of Mortal Kombat of the Fighting Death tournament. They didn't let him even. They didn't give him the most honorable one of the most honorable fighters we have. They didn't give the honor for literally ending him in a fight. It was so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, Mortal Kombat isn't about death; it's about life, and he lived as he died. So
Under a car.
yes. So, another Mortal Kombat thing I really like the Mortal Kombat cartoon. Actually, for a Saturday
There
Mortal
was a
cartoon.
cartoon. I know there was a Darkstalkers cartoon.
So Mortal Kombat tried to do double. Well, first they had the live action show, which I would have loved if it didn't get canceled. I think that ending
Yeah.
was it was just an ass
They
ending.
set up a lot of stuff and all did not go anywhere.
Yeah. Other than that, because it was a good like episodic show. And then they had the Mortal Kombat cartoon, which was actually pretty okay. Like for a Saturday morning cartoon vibe for Mortal Kombat, pretty good. I like how they even went into like the lore in ways that they could. And I like that for once, Sub-Zero was put over Scorpion in the show. So that's pretty cool. But
I
in
don't
terms
understand
of
why Mortal Kombat is so hard for them.
setting,
I don't understand how the idea of Mortal Kombat is so hard for them.
it's not.
Or why
I
they
think
just
it's
won't
because
add.
it's based off of a video game of
No,
fighting.
yeah, but at that point, just adapt the games then. I like
Yeah.
even like the animated stuff. Even Marvel doesn't do it with their animated films. Just adapt the stories we have. Stop making random new stuff.
Also, it's not even it's just a tournament story.
Yeah,
It's not that big of a deal. It's like a tournament story with a bunch of soap opera drama. That's all it is. So,
I don't know. I don't know. Video game adaptations have always been really hit or miss. So
I just like it's a
regardless
simple.
of what anybody says, I still say the one that broke the curse was Detective Pikachu. People say no, it was Sonic. It was Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu was a good film.
Castlevania's in there somewhere, but I still have a lot of problems with the first show.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I agree. To be honest,
You know, that's a story for another day. If you guys let me just rant about the first show, that'll be great.
No, I think yeah, I think my problem with Mortal Kombat is it's not like you said, it's not that hard, but they make it more difficult than it has to be. They're trying to reinvent the fucking wheel.
they don't want Luke Kane to be the chosen one anymore.
Right.
I get it's an old trope, but that was the whole purpose of this character. So we take it away from him. He's just a guy in the background.
You can I
He's
mean
just a guy that can punch and kick really good.
well, you can go to the original story. I always said, like, when I found that out, the original Mortal Kombat 1 is basically like Liu Kang is the only non-killer on the island. Like everybody else wants
Yeah,
to kill. So
he was originally a pacifist, and they threw that away.
yeah.
They changed it, which Kung Lao. So Kung Lao's like like the way he is now, his characterization. No, his attitude. That's how Liu Kang's original attitude was, but he didn't murder you. He was cocky, he was brash, but he was that good that he didn't have to kill you to beat you.
Right.
And
And that
then
was
they changed it with Kung Lao. Kung Lao was the humble one, but he could kill, and they switched it around.
He will kill you.
Shang Tsung's original plan was like to get all the combatants to kill each other, and then he takes their souls, but Liu Kang wouldn't do it. So like anytime he fought somebody, it's like fucking damn it. And so like that was like really the final fight. It was like the ultimate killer versus the ultimate pacifist, and Liu Kang wins in the end and stuff like that.
I wish they brought that back. Like, I know as much as they think Mortal Kombat fans only like fatalities to they kill. I wouldn't mind them having like some people, if it's based on their character, having fatalities that don't kill.
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a French
I guess,
fatality
like,
or a babality and stuff, but
my theory is why they took that away from him. This is just a theory. You can scrutinize me for this later. This is coming from someone who's not the biggest Mortal Kombat person. I think it's because they might see Liu Kang as weak if he's a pacifist, because they don't actually give a shit about the actual characters and the plot of the games. That's
No,
just a theory.
they got rid of it in 2, and I think it's just because fans found it boring. Then because Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't have a story on paper; it had comics that
Yeah.
explain. So they don't.
It didn't
Yeah,
have a
because
story,
it
so
was Mortal Kombat 1, and I wasn't expecting much lore out of older games. But
Well,
whatever.
no,
had
and the kids
lore.
back then were expecting a story, but it was just like, well, the term is over, go home.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat had lore. It just didn't have a story you could follow by the game because it's an arcade game. And so in the comics they would explain the story, but not everyone read those comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not everyone wants to read, Jake.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I'm not dissing. I'm just saying that's what
No one
happened.
wants to read.
Yeah,
That's why the literacy rate is so shit right now, because no one wants to read.
But
I wish they brought it back in Mortal Kombat 1 recently. I think that would have been a cool thing. But the problem is Liu Kang's a god now. So I guess I would have liked it. I guess if Raiden was like that, and that's why how Raiden ended up becoming the new champion for him going forward. Like, it reminds me of my young self. Maybe something else can have here. I don't know, man.
I have a random question, and it's kind of on topic, but it's kind of not on topic.
I believe you.
What do you guys feel about Megan Fox's voice acting in
It's
MK1?
terrible. Worst thing ever. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just thought I'd ask.
It's so bad.
Because like everyone else are voice actors, and she's not really a voice actor. And it's like
it works every DLC, which every DLC when you hear more brand new lines, and it's like, did you say these first? These sound worse than the ones that was in the base game.
Controversial opinion though, not related to Megan Fox. I thought Ronda Rousey was okay. She just wasn't as good as the last one.
No, Ronda Rousey was fine. It didn't sound like Sonya Blade. It sounded like standard military woman. I think that was the problem.
Yeah. She just wasn't the last girl. The last girl was great. I'm just saying, like,
it kind of like the Ada Wong thing, where like right before this we had a great Ada Wong, and then the other lady came out just apart. But because we know what we could have got, it just feels worse.
That's how I'm going to feel about Virgil in the new DMC anime. I'm telling you that right now. So confused. I might actually hate him because Virgil has had a win streak of every appearance, and then this dude's going to show up and like not do the Virgil lines.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't mind his voice. I just don't think the writing. I think the writing's gonna be bad.
The way Virgil talks is like I just never seen a character where every appearance he has is just like a 10 out of 10. So like him going lower than a 10 is just not gonna do it for me, bro. I'm sorry. That's honest, but yeah. That said, Mortal Kombat will keep interesting.
I will say this though before we move on. We didn't like Cole. But Cole isn't the first time we had a new main character from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Shinjuku.
With Shinjuku, even Johnny kind of became a new main for a while,
Yeah.
So it's not like we would have been opposed to having a new main character. It's more like the role they gave Cole in the first one.
No, I think in this case it is because why are we adapting a Mortal Kombat movie and introducing a new character when you have like 76 fucking characters that you?
I would have made him the new main character. If I did introduce Cole, I'll introduce Johnny as the main character. This is his guy.
Yeah. Cole's his assistant that we don't give a shit. You could be mocap. You could say Cole is mocap. That's what you could do.
If he still could have, I think I would have been fine.
I think the only reason why I actually watched the last Mortal Kombat movie was because the actor who played Shatterstar was in it. I think that's the only reason why I cared.
The only reason which watch Mortal Kombat because Cole was there. Never forget that.
No, because his actor was there. I didn't give a shit.
It's okay. He redeemed himself in Cobra Kai to some extent.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Cobra
really good at Cobra Kai.
Remember when Cobra Kai was on YouTube Red for a while?
Yeah.
That's the only reason I bought that.
Yeah.
My parents used to watch it on YouTube Red, and then it went on Netflix, and then they were like, "Oh, well, I guess we don't need this anymore."
Sure. But which when YouTube Red wasn't making money, got scrapped.
But then they changed it to YouTube Premium, and now you can watch TVs and movies on there. You just gotta buy them now.
Yeah, but
R.I.P.
But I think they knew that it wasn't gonna work, but they have YouTube Music, they have YouTube Kids, they have YouTube Premium. It's fine.
Sure. But yeah, that is the Mortal Kombat news. I think. So I guess we're done. Hey, play us out.
No. I want to go to sleep. Audience, tell Jake I want to go to sleep.
You made Wick feel bad. Never forget that.
We'll see you guys tomorrow with our usual comic reviews, maybe some new comic reviews, and maybe the Sonic review. Sonic usually comes out on a random Tuesday every week, right before the podcast. So I always read it last
Hey,
minute.
Jake, you have to go on League of Comic Geeks. That's when it tells you when all the new comics come out.
I kind of like just knowing that on a certain Tuesday it will come out. That's just
You know what? You know what, Austin? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep an eye out on League of Comic Geeks just so that I can tell you when the Sonic issue comes out, and so we have to keep Jake in the dark. So it's gonna be an open secret that Jake doesn't know.
I usually know. I usually find it out before the podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He's lying.
Yeah. What? There has never been a Sonic issue I missed because I didn't know it was coming out.
He's lying.
Also, if you get one of those like hot bar foods at fucking Whole Foods, that shit's expensive as hell. I spent $25 on mine. Like, what the hell was that bullshit?
Well, that said, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Later.
I'm not made of money. I'm not rich.